Welcome to Good Morning RPG. My name is Leia. This is Matt. I pointed to the right side of the screen this time.
Did you? Did you really? I didn't actually see that. No, that's the wrong side. No.
I
Oh,
said that with my whole gut.
oh, no, there you go. Hold on, let me bloody clip that one. Got him. Wow,
All
off
right,
the
I
bat.
quit. Goodbye.
That's fair. We do.
Screw you guys. I'm taking Rivendell with me.
So I was doing one of my games last night, and these are the boys that have been playing Spelljammer. Okay, sorry. They're playing Spelljammer. We finished the Spelljammer portion of the campaign quite a while ago, but it's the same characters and the same levels, but they are trying to speedrun the Avernus campaign for lols right now. They're level 14.
Okay.
And my favorite part about them doing it is that they came across one of my favorite NPCs in the campaign, who's usually an antagonist, except the party with the split the party cast basically recruited him. We're just like, if you don't come with us, we'll kill you, but you can come with us if you want, because you are effectively unable to be trusted otherwise. And he's like, yeah, fair enough. And he talks really ochre, and he's a pig man, a wereboar. They met him last night, and basically there's a paladin in the group that has a Pegasus at this point. They have a permanent Pegasus mount available to them, and he flies around on it all the time. Hey Phoenix, how you doing? Mwah! He flew up on the Pegasus, just as his name's Ragadraga. Just as Ragadraga and his Gorguts gang come up to like this fortress that one of the other warlords that was helping the party just went to basically go shopping at the Wandering Emporium, go get a mani-pedi, etc. She's a night hag. She needs it. You know, treat yourself. And he comes up being like, all right, Mad Maggie's workshop. It is I, Ragadraga of the Gorguts clan. I am here to claim your workshop and your fortress. And then he flies up. He flies up with the Pegasus and goes, no, I don't think that's going to happen. He immediately doesn't realize there's a level 14 paladin there and goes, oh, fuck, Celestial, oh, shit. And then they end up having a conversation where they're like, you know what? We want to basically merge all of the warlords together under our banner, and then we're going to take them to Zariel. And it was very funny because this is like a level 5, level 6 area. So there was no chance that Raga had any semblance of hope in beating them, and he knew it. Ever on Kickstarter? Okay, what? Yeah. Are you madly typing like I'm about to?
To you. I'm also like, what?
Yeah, what's going on with that? That's funny. I'm gonna load a web page on that. How do you spell Eberron? Oh god, it's not 2 B's.
No, it's not 2 B's. It's 2
How you doing, John? By the way.
Wait,
What's it called? Can you put the link in if you want?
Yeah, what is it called? Link, please.
That whole section of Avernus is fun. I do find it, unless you kind of put stuff in yourself, it is a bit fetch questy, I've found. Which, if you're using, like, I think the criticism of Avernus as a campaign was, at the end of the day, 3 out of 5 chapters are a fetch quest. And sorting out the fetch quest, which is like, it's very classic D&D. But at the same time, I think it was like mixing in some other stuff. I don't know. It's like, it was a really fun campaign at the same time. So, mixed bag? I don't know. Anyway, do we have that, did you find it?
Link yet. I am trying to figure it out.
Frontiers of Eberron.
Frontiers of Eberron. BRB. We gotta go check Kickstarter real quick.
It's not coming up for me. Frontiers of Eberron. Is that the Quickstone one? Oh, it's a DM's Guild product, is it?
That's what I'm seeing. Spell dueling and
Hold on, let me put some music on while my brain's telling me to.
Baker work. Oh, this is so cool. I love Eberron art, BT dubs.
Is it like that specific Eberron style of art? Like the 3.5
Yeah.
4th edition kind of art?
They have like such distinctive art.
Yeah, Frontiers of Eberron Quickstone. Yeah, it went straight to... It looks like DM's Guild it's on. Let me... Where's my ref box?
Yeah, it does look like it went straight to DM's Guild.
Oh, that's not where I wanted it.
Oh my god! It is focused on the Western Front. I just went to Keith Baker's blog just to, like...
Yeah.
So it's focused on the Western frontier, the contested regions between Breland and Drome.
Either way, looks cool, and Leia's a big Eberron fan.
I'm a big... Oh my god!
There you go. Hey, good time zone to you, Simo.
Hi. I'm sorry. I saw there is this cool ass map of Quickstone, and it is okay. Because here's the thing. This is like everything my little... I kind of... Strangely enough, I think like Wild West aesthetics are my favorite, and ironically enough, one of my favorite books from like the Brandon Sanderson stuff is Mistborn Era 2, which is like Brandon Sanderson's take on kind of like a Western style storyline, and I love it. And I feel like this is so in that thread that I'm just like, thank you, Phoenix, for bringing this to my attention. I will be buying this promptly.
Oh, John, yes,
Well, maybe
absolutely.
after I come back from Arizona, at least. Ironically, going to Arizona.
That's
Let's see
so.
if I can. This way. Oh no, we don't want to look.
What am I gonna? What am I supposed to say? Oh, so you've triggered my memory, John. I am also doing some charity stuff in November. However, if you saw what I was doing in May, it could be related to that. You're going to be contributing to my... Yeah, I made mistakes, right? I made so many. I committed to a lot of panels, which is great. It just means I'm doing at least 2 a day. 3 on Saturday, 2 on the other 2 days.
You're going to make sure to take care of yourself, right? Because like I don't...
They're not one after another, so yeah, I get breaks. Also,
right. Take care of yourself. Take care of my best friend, or I will murderize you.
I'm only hosting 3, so I get to sit in and just participate in the other 4. Yes, who decided? As in, like, are you enforcing at Expo? Is that what's happening? For context, Simo and I used to enforce together. Thank you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I will look after him for you. Yeah, I need it at PAX. I go into...
Like somebody needs... We need like a mat wrangler.
That's, that happens. That actually happens. If you've seen me... You haven't seen... Okay, you haven't seen me on a film shoot. Or, actually, Elliot and Simo may have seen me on at Fortress at the charity event. There's no chill. It's like, it's not like I'm not angry or irritable or anything, but there's no chill. I'm at 100% for the entire thing.
Like on, just
yeah,
on.
yeah. It's like it's on, but like it's on in the mode where I might not even need meds on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I
do.
have a little bit of experience from like doing when I did PAX last year. I ended up being the lady of
Pain.
Oh god, what's her name? The Lady of Pain's handler, like the person that makes sure that she doesn't run into any walls and her head doesn't fall off or something wild like that. I also got to shout at people, which was a lot of, but I imagine that's probably something in the range of what mat wrangling would be.
Mat wrangling is making sure he doesn't wander off, talk to people for too long, or at least arrive at a theater when he's supposed to. Because I enforced, I know a lot of the enforcer crowd, which is a few hundred people, and then now I'm doing content full time. I know a bunch of the content people.
Oh my goodness.
And so that's just
You're the worst.
that's just the people I know. And then if someone's like, oh, I know you from DM for Hire, we hired you, which happened a few times. Or like people in the audience side of the community come up and I just go, oh, yes, talk to all the people. Yes. And then someone goes, Matt, you have 5 minutes to get to this panel. Just fucking leave. Fucking leave right now. And I'm like, oh, but one second. They're like, no, now. Make sure he eats, drinks, keeps me on track, sits down when appropriate. Yeah. I don't sit down enough and my feet hurt. I'm like a fucking child.
I need to take
Say
care
all
of
this
my
like
friend.
a fucking child. I can't be trusted at PAX.
I'm actually really excited for PAX this year. When I get to go.
Good enough. Yes, no. In other words, though, PAX is going to be really fun. John, sorry, I was, yes. Yes, Rob's Death Roulette is like, it's a one shot, right? He's got like 12 of us on there, and we all have like really low-level characters, but his community will submit names in the character sheets, and Rob will bring them all there. And I want to say there's like 50 sheets. And then basically we will, it's for charity, so I think that the audience can just kill us over and over and over again. And then each time we die, we rotate out of the table, and then the next person with a new character will sit in. So there's like a line of us who more or less keep cycling in to just take the place, and then you'll see like 1 or 2 people in the panel maybe sitting there for longer. I'll bring it up on screen 1 sec.
That's funny.
Oh, there's also a panel that is not on the schedule, or it might be on the schedule now. It is not. I maybe need to get in touch with the PAX people about it. But we actually had another panel get approved and basically swap with one I was doing. And it's called Spicy Baldur's Gate, if you've seen the other 2 spicy ones from over the years. We did Mass Effect first, we did Dragon Age, and now we're doing the biggest thirst trap of them all, or at least of the moment, Baldur's Gate. So that's at 8:30 p.m. on the Saturday. And, oh, I have fun news for that. It's Jess's first panel.
Ooh!
It's Jess's first ever panel.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Yeah. So John, the Death Roulette has Rob hosting, Sarah Moore from Sarah's Table, AJ Winters, Zach Naomi, Dale Kingsmill, Fall Cosplay. Oh, actually, pretty much all of the One for All cast from Dear Stalker Pictures. So Fall, Forgeling, Eva, Kendall, myself and George from our channel, Damon Van He from formerly Feral Gaming, Dreaded GM, and Ellen Graham from Roll to Cast. So lots and lots of people on that one. Yeah, it's because we just die so quickly, and then we go to the back of the line.
I mean, that's such a cool lineup, though.
It's a very fun lineup, which is like, unfortunately, it's the one panel that has like a hard clash, because I have mini painting that starts halfway through that panel, so I need to talk to Rob to see if I can come to like half of it, and then he just kills me really brutally, so I have like a final death, and then I just run to my other panel. Because our mini painting panel starts halfway through, but I think we're gonna sort it that Domino and I can basically get set up, and then I can come in for like the final check side. Yuck, bunch of nobodies. It'll be really fun. I would say after 3/4 of this cast is the same as last year. But yeah, I do feel honored to be like up there with some of the bigger names in Australia for D&D and RPG stuff, which is a crazy feeling. It's probably one of the smaller guys on the panel. Big personality. Smaller guy. Oh, Elliot.
Yes, you absolutely deserve it.
No, thank you. I feel like I've been putting in a lot this year, so it feels good to be recognized in that sense.
You have been putting in a whole lot.
Yeah. Elliot, I welcome it so much because I struggle so hard with clipping and choosing clips, but also most of my streams when I run them is a big blur and I can't remember what happened if you ask me what happened. However, like, I will know what happened. I don't know, it's that very ADHD thing of like, time to clip. What clips are there to clip? Oh, you got one here? All right. I saw you got two. You got I have a Barovia and Barovia and Barovia, and this one's called How the Fuck. Okay. Let me bring this up real quick. Bring them both up. Have a little watchery-do. God, I love this cast. They're so fun. Fun to play with. Leia, you should come on one day. We're doing like rotating guest slots every now and then.
What day is it?
My Tuesday.
Your Tuesday, so my Monday. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have at least one more session of us, just as the cast, and then I'll start opening up to guests. Okay, where's my window? Here it is. Thanks, window. Is that better? No, that is not better. Maybe if I pop the chat out. Mildly better. Ayah. Look, good enough.
Oh, I thought we were in Barovia.
Oh, you are in Barovia, but the village is also called Barovia, and sometimes we're a little bit fancy, call the plates Barovias as well. You know, give me a Barovia and Barovia and Barovia, they say.
Yes. No, that makes perfect sense. I'll have a Barovia and Barovia and Barovia.
Yes, yes. And some people love to name their kids after the region as well, like a delicacy. Well, actually, they don't. Look, I didn't mean to say that they don't eat the children. Is what I'm saying. No. Like a special moniker, you know.
Yes. No, I guess I will head to Barovia.
Yes, I misspoke. My mistake.
The town of Barovia.
Yes, the people, my place, or me, as it were.
Yeah, that's a good one. I do like that clip. Ooh, King of Feathers solo session. Oh my gosh, with the King of Feathers. If you don't know the King of Feathers, it's a T-Rex with like this whole, like it's more of like a traditional dinosaur where it's covered in feathers, but like the top of it's got like a big crest. And it's a T-Rex, like a boss character T-Rex that has legendary resistances and Misty Step as a bonus action. But
oh my god!
On top of it being a T-Rex, so randomly is just it will just teleport out of the jungle and eat someone. It's a stealth ambush T-Rex. Second one has you dying. Is that the How the Fuck? All right, hold on. Let me find it. All right, so this one's called How the Fuck.
I think that she would just, yeah, no, Yuri absolutely just walks to the door, opens it up, and goes, "How the fuck are you alive?"
My friend, how are you doing?
Friend
This
is
is
a
so good to
strong
see
word.
you.
How are you alive?
Oh, you cannot kill Mosh. No one can get rid of me that easy.
I literally watched you die in the forest. What are you talking about?
That's a really good clip. Yeah, you're right. Mosh probably should have died in the forest, or at least everyone thinks he should have. He passed out in the middle of the Barovia mists. And
oh my god.
And well, to be fair, Strahd found him and escorted him back to the village. And that was the other clip. They were just talking while they were walking on the road. And they were just becoming buds. Yeah. Definitely Bamf the King of Feathers in.
I've played in 2 Strahd games. I fucking love Curse of Strahd.
It's a great campaign. Yeah. So when Elliot Mosh asked Mosh, hard to remember what's the pronunciation, but when Mosh asked Strahd what his name was, and he basically responded with, my name's Jackie. And so Mosh the whole time has just been like, oh, that's my friend Jackie. That's just Jackie. He gets to the village where, shit you not, the other players had literally like been looking at the profile of his coin, and went, that's the shopkeep goes, that's the devil. That is the devil himself, the lord of the realm, the terror incarnate. His name's not Jackie. And Mosh is just like, no, that is Jackie. That's my friend. And just insisted upon that. I don't know how he still feels, actually, Elliot. No, that's totally your ball. But the others are very adamant that he should not be someone that should be trusted. Well, actually, everyone, they all kind of know that he's the one that brought them here, except Mosh. Mosh is very upset that his donkey also got lost in the mist and they haven't found her yet. His muse, his Lady Rain.
Oh my god.
Except he was telling Strahd about him missing his partner. Except the way he was talking, Strahd thought he meant his, like, spouse partner. Strahd was like, just making sure Lady Rain is special to you. He's like, oh yes, she is my beloved. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear. I'll have to go look for her. And the audience is like, no! Even if she was a person, no! So have you played much of Strahd then? Have you done the whole gamut of it?
I have done a, like, 3/4 run of it where I played my favorite character ever. And then I played all the way through it where I played like an okay character. But
okay. So you're gonna
my
know when I
problem
reference
was
characters, I guess.
Yeah.
So they met.
Sorry, Alex isn't coming up here to give kisses. He just shouted at me.
That's all right. Oh yes, Elliot also definitely talked to a child and not a ghost, because the rest of the party was warned that there's children that try to lure people into houses in this village, referring to the Death House. And Elliot met a child who was being nice to them, and then everyone else was like, "You met a kid?" He was like, "Yeah, they were very sweet. They ran off." And then they go, "Can we see a kid in the street?" I was like, there is nobody in this street. He was like, "Yeah, we're just there."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They warned them of the actually no, they didn't warn them. They informed them of the nice lady who sells pies. They said they informed so they also met Ismark and Irina. And in classic fashion, Mosh is like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Mark." And he's like, "Ismark." "Yeah, that's what I said, Mark." Good old Mark. Marky Shark. But yes, so they've just met those two.
So, I think my favorite. So my favorite character that I played for this Strahd campaign, her name was Silver, and I went through with my DM and I created an entire like secret society.
Damn.
Called the Order of Van Richten. I did not know this. Having played Strahd.
Don't spoil anything.
I'm not spoiling anything. I just knew because like I was like, all right, I wanted to play like The Witcher. And I was like,
hell
give me,
yeah!
like a cool.
Are you a blood hunter then?
I want to know like. I wasn't a blood hunter. No, I was a ranger rogue.
Oh, that's pretty close, yeah.
And like. So I was given the like, okay, cool. So you, like, the common knowledge that you know is Van Richten had 3 apprentices, and then he fucked off and disappeared. And I was like, cool. I'm gonna create an entire secret society. So I have an outline still for an entire secret society called the Order of Van Richten that I played going into this. it never paid off.
Aw.
And knowing what I know now, having finished the game, and I was like,
damn. Yeah, Elliot, pitch me whatever. I am open to it. We also did Saz's character, Gwen, is playing a soft barbarian. So they're like, this to start with, they're like, I collect weapons and I really like to hit things. We kind of expanded it before session 2 because we were like, just in case the bit gets stale, we want you to have like some story. And so I gave her this yesterday, as she also got lost in the mist, this big like inorganic seed looking thing that was calling out to her in the forest. And it was the only thing around the area that was making any kind of the landscape sort of verdant and not oppressive.
okay. I think I know what you're doing.
Yeah. It's related to something later, but it's got a bit of homebrew in it.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, you know which one. Yeah, you know.
I know.
You know.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. I like when DMs are like, yeah, this part coming up, and you're like, oh yeah, I got you. No spoil, I got you.
Oh man, I have so many feelings about Curse of Strahd because the game that I finished, I was not satisfied, and it wasn't like the DM's fault. It was just the party did not get along at all.
Like the
was, like,
characters or the
like,
people?
All of the above.
Oh.
Like,
That's
I didn't
upsetting.
get along with the people. And I didn't get along with the characters for like different reasons. Like, we had a warlock that was just like, I'm just gonna go fuck off, and I'm like, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of say in a session 0. Like, bring a character to the group that actually, you know, while they can be an asshole or like standoffish, they need to have a reason to actually stick with the group. Like, if you're bringing a character that only wants to lone wolf, is that the right character for this campaign? Like, for example, Yuria in Curse of Strahd, and this is Rin's description of Yuria, a total bitch, which comes out, like, she's playing her really well, in that Yuria is very hard to get along with right now. But Yuria sticks with the group and you know, disgruntledly goes along with things, but she ultimately knows that these people are her best chance of surviving. She's not arrogant enough to go off on her own. But in the very first episode, she did bail on them when everyone started dying to the exhaustion mist. But then they all met up later, and she was like, hello. And that was what that clip was just before. Genuinely shocked that Moshe and Gwyn survived the mist when they passed out in front of her eyes. After being told by the Vistani they just met, you will die in this forest. And then they got attacked by werewolves while in the mist. Like, the first session was very stressful for everybody involved, let's just say. Including myself. Because I nat 20'd my first roll of the campaign and downed Mosh in one hit.
Oh, jeez.
One hit. Just like, he was just down, he's gone. And everyone was like, is he dead now? I'm like, we'll find out. We'll find out.
It was like, I just had a very hard time, because like we had, that particular warlock was like, I understand if like you're playing like the I think I'm a hero like character. I get that. Like, it's fine.
I think it does come down to like, were they like, did they go with the party because the DM told them to, or did they find a method in which to do so, you know? Because
he was like, so because this is a guy who was like playing with his girlfriend. They were like cousins or something like that.
Yeah.
And were like traveling about, and he wanted to like prove himself to be a hero. And I'm like, that's fine. But when you just go and fuck off and do whatever you want, I just felt bad for the DM because I ended up checking out. I was like, I'm here to play a body.
Yeah, I like I don't mind like a little bit of a separation in a plot because we did that in the last 2 episodes a little bit, but like, is it because they didn't want to be with the party? Like, what was the context? I guess.
Yeah, it's just like they didn't he didn't agree with what we were doing as a party, and he was like, I'm gonna go off and do this, and I'm like, that's a bad idea. You shouldn't do that by yourself, and he did it anyways.
Did they die?
Oh, you wanna know what? It's because we lost. Irina got stolen from us,
Yeah, that happens.
and he was like had a super crush on her.
So what happened
and
last
was
sesh?
Being unreasonable.
So in terms of what they know, what happened last sesh was we got Mosh and Gwen back into Barovia to meet up with the group. Gwen had her thing with the seed. Yes, I like the separate because so Mosh went outside, but like I think Leia's talking about like they left and would basically have to have like a mini solo session by themselves type thing, right?
Yeah, he just fucked off.
Yeah, whereas Mosh kind of stepped outside to cry about his donkey while everyone else was talking inside.
Yeah, we were in a town, and he decided to polymorph himself into a raven and went to a different town.
Yeah, see, that's unless the party's like, you should go check this out for us and scout it out. It's kind of like a why would you do that? Yeah, it's not like, look, with the rest of the party's approval, do whatever. Like, you can do that. Like right now, when we had ours separated, it was like, oh, this benefits the story. But if he's just like, nah, fuck this, I'm outies, it's like, well, all right. I've had one of my very first ever characters in one of my first long running games back in like 2015, 2016. Thinking about it a bit more now, I'm pretty sure this person really only wanted to play D&D with me and not the rest of the group. But I wanted to play with the rest of the group. I also had not got enough experience to do a one-person campaign, nor did I want to. But this person would just be like, that's not how Matt Mercer does it. And then they were like, I don't even know why my character's with the party. And I had to be like, it's because you brought a character whose story is already done. Like, you brought a character who's sorted out all their problems, and it wasn't... And, you know, me being a newer DM as well is like, well, only so much I can do here in the way of this. So, unless I tell you your god told you to do it, like, what do you expect from me? Because you're not picking up any things I throw. It was very hard, and they end up leaving the group. They end up leaving the group because... They just... Character had flaws, but they, like, for someone who was like... For me, it was like someone who was like, oh, that's not how Matt Mercer does it. I'm like, well, are you fucking Laura Bailey? Because I don't really see any acting or improv coming from you either.
See, and that's the argument that I get is when people are like, oh, the Matthew Mercer like problem. Everybody expects you to be that like. That's like, cool. If you expect somebody to DM like Matthew Mercer, you better be.
You better play like
Laura
Matt
Bailey,
Mercer. I will match your energy. Otherwise, like I'm going to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very comfortable to play at any level. And if you come to the table that you don't want to pick up what I'm putting down, I'm going to railroad you because you don't know what you want to do. In our persistent Strahd world, crew defeated Strahd, then another crew the ladies of the Fanes and returned to Barovia to the material plane. Do you mean the ladies of the Fanes like Tomb of Annihilation? Lady like the Fane of the Night Serpent type thing? Tube of Silver is so clogged today.
I wanna real quick.
Yeah.
I just sanded these pieces.
Oh yeah.
So this was with this like nice. Okay, so
it's really matte
my
now.
partner got me to like buy these sanders. They're like really high grain. So this one
be like
is
smooth,
this.
yeah.
It's like the sprue marks completely gone. The white one made it this nice burnished plastic.
Yeah.
It's like, look how freaking shiny that is.
The gloss is nice. So that's the finest grit one.
It's like, yeah, it's after
nice.
I burnished it with this like, what is this, gun primer, like, Sander. Holy shit! I was like, see, starts as matte and then like
Damn.
it starts to get shiny.
You're literally polishing your plastic.
It's so freaking cool.
God, I didn't think hobbies could get any more involved.
Look at that!
Sorry,
You
I
can
can't- I
see my
can't hang
fucking
out.
lights in it.
You know, I'm gonna make fun, but I say this as I'm about to paint Warhammer. Sorry, I can't hang out today. I gotta polish my Gundam. Sorry, I can't
was
hang
like-
out today. I've got to paint this torso of a larger mini.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing. just as down the rabbit hole. Hey, there we go. It's finally just took 5 minutes of mixing paint, and I'm here now. Oh, I got my
I get that.
shipping notification for. So I got an email saying that shipping for my Donkey Roads Wave 3 should be coming out. And I also got my order confirmation / shipping notification for my my Vecna box for my Platinum. Should be leaving the warehouse by this month. Which, look, I'm not salty about, but I'm also kind of like, man, I wanted to run that campaign by now because it said it would come in like leave at end of August.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
3 Archface
I got
Strahd
that.
banished and stole powers from. Oh. Wait, actually, is that actually in the campaign? Because I actually don't know that. I was wondering what those circles were. Yeah, Berez and Yester. I remember the one near Berez, but not the other two.
Bone Grinder and Yester Hill. Oh.
I'm familiar with the one down near the other place.
Oh, I just realized that this is. Oh, I love the song.
My hands are shaky today, friends.
One of my favorite punk bands came out with a song about Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's called Bonfire.
Turn the lights out. You motherfuckers gonna know what I talk about.
Why do I love this song? Can you hear this? It's like sound.
Can't hear
Why is
anything.
that so satisfying?
Oh, that sound? Yeah, I can hear that. It's like the music. The music should be pleasurable to hear.
Plastic is so shiny. You were right. How long can I use this before it's no good anymore? Until it stops working? Wow. It's so shiny. You were not joking. Love you. Good night.
Good night.
I was also showing this off screen to Matt.
Hmm.
You guys got to see this fucking knee joint.
Oh, yeah. That knee joint, though.
Grab it like this. This freaking. Look at this. Like, what is this knee joint right now? Like, it like pulls on a little thing. That's wild. It's. How?
Some clean
It's freaking
articulation.
wild, man.
That's good articulation.
Some good articulation. Okay, is this? I think. Oh, I'm doing this upside down. That's why it's not fitting. Casper, you can't get into that box, buddy. This is like the knee joint. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm just
That
painting
sounds
some
freaking cool.
painting some face filigree real quick. 1 sec.
No, you're fine. Freaking out to those. Gatsby, stop it. I'm mostly freaking out to myself. I'm just. Do you need snuggles? Is that? Come here. Oh. Okay, it's Gatsby time. We have to pat him. He needs to be pat.
Be upset if you don't get pat. Who's look at the big baby? Look at the big baby. Wow.
Who's the big baby? Can you say hello? Hello, everyone. Hi, sweet boy. You gotta lay down. Yeah, okay. BRB, I only have one arm right now. Who's the baby? No, head pats. Can we all just talk about how clean Matt's fucking lines look? Some fucking clean lines, man. Please breathe.
No, I can't. Filigree.
You have to.
No.
I'm gonna redeem a breathe.
No, I'm ignoring you. I have to finish this right now. Well, my hands are letting me.
Using my beans. Oh. Wait. You can't. Buddy. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I was doing my research. The stone circles do have special properties, and the bone grinder one is linked to an evil archfey that was linked to Scarlet's Witchlight Carnival. But the ladies of the Fanes are from an amazing reworking of the campaign on Reddit by Dragana Karta and Mandy Mod. You should definitely check them out. Has so many good ideas.
Okay, I might go do that.
Now you have to breathe. You have to breathe first. Breathe. Alright.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for checking that out, Phoenix. All right. Do some lines. These lines right between these armor plates.
All right. Oh, man. Oh, I also wanted to mention, so mini painting panel. We had a drop in it, so Galaxy is unfortunately unable to do it, but we had a really cool new addition. Do you know the mini painting channel or the hobby channel Tabletop Time? They're actually Melbourne based.
I am not familiar with them, no.
Well, we've already got one of their cast members, Dave McLennan, on it. If anyone knows Jazza, he's like an Australian artist, YouTuber kind of person, but he also does like roleplay stuff, and he also does a bit of Warhammer as well. It's a channel he owns and participates in, but like basically the rest of the crew are looking at like doing the day-to-day and the main part of the channel. Like I would say they're the main cast, and then Jazza will come in from time to time. Thanks man. And then I will definitely have a look at those because that sounds fun. Basically, another one of their cast came in, and I keep not realizing, but their stuff keeps like getting featured on Warhammer Community.
Mm-hmm.
So like both of them did a bunch of Tyranids for the new stuff, and then so we're gonna get to hear them talk about like their processes as like professional mini painters and creator in that space.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them being on it. Which is another reason why I'm like, need to get my character mini done nicely, just so I can have something like decent level to show. In saying that, I'm also going to be showing off techniques like slap chop and my Tyranids, so it'll be like a mix of like, what level would you like to paint at? And Elliot gets to ask us all manner of questions that people will want to ask us, because we're going to be trying to corrupt people into doing it.
Yes. More people in the hobby, please.
Yes, we'll get it. We'll get you one day, Elliot. Yeah. Should formalize myself with more of their work. Yeah, they're not a bad channel. I've actually subscribed recently, and they just went over to Europe to collab with is it Miscast, the from Norway? And they just made this fucking awesome. They helped them like finish and paint a full cosplay of Space Marine armor, like really, really nice looking stuff.
Wait, are you taking Nerdforge?
Nerdforge? Let me just find the channel real quick.
'Cause I think she just did.
Yeah, she's got like blue and pink hair or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's Nerdforge.
Yeah, them.
Oh, I almost
they
watched
just
that video recently.
They released that video like yesterday or the day before. Yeah, it's a great video, right? Like that's Dave and Jen, who if I can't remember his name. Oh no, I feel bad. Murray. So Jen and Murray. So we've got Murray and Dave on the panel, and then Jen was also in the wings as well. So it could also be that Jen just comes on for like a little cameo and tells us, because I really want to talk to Jen about this fucking awesome Eldar Codex, like Eldar 2nd edition Codex that her and Murray recreated in another video. I mostly just want to go like, can you tell us the process of how you did it? Like I know some people may not have seen the video, but that was such a good level of painting. Can you give us some insight? Haracy. Let me just find the video. Unfortunately, I did watch them post about it, and the first fucking comment was literally some guy being like, oh, but that's not lore accurate, like clearly to troll and get a reaction. I'm just like, man, fuck these people. Where is it? Okay, so they're like a socials post I can also find. But yes, it was the Nerdforge crew.
Yes, I love her.
But they have one, so it's like Nerdforge has one, and then Tabletop Time also has one. Like they've got like a kind of like a dual video.
Okay.
I've just brought it up. So here is the finished look. So this is the Oh gosh, why am I not following them?
So cool.
This is like the armor, and it looks fucking awesome, and proportionally makes sense for her, right?
Yes.
What's lore accurate? My fist in their face? Yeah, you're right, Elliot. And then, you know, they've got the video here. Hey, give it a watch. It looks really good. I still really like how the helmet looks too. Like, it looks like all of this is bang on. Very clearly, I'm pretty sure this is like into tie-in with Space Marine 2. And then you've got Dave and Jen helping to paint it for their video.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I really like her. She was just on, or not just, I don't think, but I saw her do an Adam Savage video talking about how she accidentally, she cut off the tip of her finger.
What? I mean, that sounds
she got
pretty on the money.
Into a crafting accident. And then she made like a glove for herself with an articulated pinky. It's so freaking cool.
Whoa. Oh, playing the game? I am currently playing the game with Jess. We're doing, we want to play it as much as we can, but time is the key factor, right? We're playing on Veteran right now. We've done 2 to 3 missions, I want to say. We play for like an hour or 2 at a time. Like, we'll probably play this afternoon. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have the fucking evening today? We could play a bunch. Where's my phone? I don't think I'm working tonight. I'm not working tonight. I get to play a bunch of Space Marine tonight. Hey. Yeah.
I keep wanting to try and play with my husband, but man, the queues.
John, it's a full co-op campaign, so 3 people can do it together. And then there's also PvE missions, which I only realized and unlocked the other day. You got to do 2 missions before it does unlock. They're called operations, and those missions are 3 other Space Marines who help out the main characters as they're doing it. So it actually is like a side campaign of these 3 Space Marines contributing to the overall plot line. So I just unlocked one called Inferno, which helps the mission that I just did, letting Titus and his gang infiltrate this place to find a Magos from the Tech Priests who, in short, wouldn't stop checking his emails and got left behind.
Is there a story mode or is it just a shooter? There is a story mode. I actually just watched I watched Alex finish it the other day, actually. And it's, I would say like maybe like a 10-hour campaign.
Yeah, I was hearing 10 to 12. Which for a story, that's, you know, non-RPG story, pretty solid. 10 to 20 hours.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty average for something that's not an RPG.
I would be fine with a 10 to 20, you know, a 10, 15, 20 hour campaign that is really well done than a 100-hour story, which is like ankle deep, you know?
Yeah.
Because the combat in Space Marine feels really solid. Like, it feels chunky, it feels earned. We did the Lictor fight.
Yeah.
We did the Lictor fight as the last campaign mission we did, or one of the last campaign missions. And holy shit, do you feel like this thing is built to kill Space Marines?
Oh, yeah.
That thing goes for you.
And it's funny, it's like, I feel like a lot of people's, like, their complaint about it is, oh, this game feels really chunky. If it didn't feel chunky, I feel like it wouldn't feel right.
I actually feel like it could be chunkier. I want to feel the weight of my feet on the ground as I walk.
I feel super heavy.
Like, with my controller, when you sprint, the dual sense will be like as you're sprinting.
I love that.
I almost want like a heavier version of that when I'm sprinting, and when I walk regularly, I want the like, I would like that. But yeah, and then when you do, the only other thing that I would say is I actually had to turn the master volume of the music. I had to turn the effects volume down and the master sound effects up because I wanted to hear my like shooting and like the chopping through enemies a bit louder. That was the only thing I was left wanting, but I just tuned my audio to be what I wanted instead. So it ended up not being a problem. But overall, like, I'm really it's not a 10 out of 10 game, but it is really good. It's the best Warhammer game that has ever come out, which is great because it is, the success of it is you bring in how many more people to this hobby, and you don't, and like I posted a take on it. I've seen other people post a take. It's like you can be a fan of Warhammer without ever touching the mini table now, which is great. And then you can touch the minis and the table of it if you want.
Yeah.
And like, I will always advertise, it's like, if you can't get into the minis, if you can't get into the minis side of it because it's quite expensive and you still want to play the game, I will always sit down and show someone Tabletop Simulator and play that with you. Like, it's such a fun and cheap way to do it. And the only thing you need is actually to have Tabletop Simulator itself. So if you already have that, it's the cheapest, freest way to play Warhammer because it's all modded.
Mm-hmm.
And Games Workshop, I don't think Games Workshop will ever take it down.
Bother.
Sorry?
8-Bit Elliot says, not 10 out of 10, why even bother?
I remember, do you remember when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, or whatever those were? And someone was like 7 out of 10, too much water. And I was like, you're going to the Hoenn region, man. What do you expect?
Is this a Pokemon reference?
Yeah, it's a Pokemon game, sorry. I went, I did a hard left turn there.
Like, I didn't play any of those games.
Oh, Leia.
I didn't have a Game Boy growing up.
I can link you some emulators.
No,
And play
thanks.
some... No? Okay.
No, I really, like, I it's just not something I could get into, honestly. Like, I appreciate the people that enjoy it. Like, that's totally fine. It's just, I feel like
It's kind of like
the
you missed
time
the
when
missed
it
the
would
boat
have-
on Pokemon.
yeah, I missed the boat on Pokemon, and now I don't really get anything from it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Other than the fact that Bulbasaur is the cutest.
That's fair.
That's it. That's my take.
I totally agree with that because I feel like I missed the boat on Zelda. Like, I got really into Breath of the Wild and modern Zelda, like with those two games, but I went back to try and play the other ones. I tried to play I think it was Link to the Past, the one that's kind of classic Zelda style on the Switch. And I couldn't get into it. I think that's one of those ones where I'm like, I think I missed Zelda, and I'm sorry, Elliot, because I know you play Zelda a lot on stream. I appreciate Zelda and I respect it a lot. I think it's just unable for me to do that one.
That's another one. Like, it's so funny that, like, my partners will talk about, oh yeah, Smash Brothers, Zelda, Pokemon, and I'm like, I didn't have any of that shit growing up. Like,
My Game Boy was explicitly a Pokemon machine, and then Wario Advance 3. Oh yeah, that music was... I was watching Elliot stream yesterday while he was playing Zelda. I had to like say on stream, that music is penetrating my mind, because it was just like the same loop over and over again. I was like, oh, I don't want to mute, but I think I have to. I didn't, but I nearly did.
like, I grew up because we didn't have I had a Sega, but I don't know, I grew up kind of on the poor side, so I had a Sega for a really long time until my dad bought a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then I was like playing like Spyro. We had like a Frogger for PlayStation.
Frogger's fun.
and stuff like that.
Frogger.
But no, I didn't shut up.
Sorry, no, I was doing the parrot thing. I wasn't even making fun. Continue. Sorry, don't let my parroting.
My accent, isn't it?
No, it's literally a thing. It's a thing that we do.
Okay.
We'll hear a phrase and without even thinking about it, Frogger.
I mean, is this just like the ADHD?
Yeah, it's absolutely it's the mimicking. like 100%. I didn't even mean to do that just then. Sometimes I am being a shithead. You're right, though. Sometimes I am being a shithead. Like, you are totally right to assume sometimes I'm being a shithead. I didn't mean to just then.
What was it? Like, yeah, like I played Frogger as like growing up, and a lot of like Spyro. I did not like. I've never played Super Smash Brothers or
Smash
any
is
of, like the Zelda stuff.
Smash is its kind of own unique bubble, though, right?
I feel like it.
Because you got to be into all the
My
Nintendo
partner's always
properties.
like, oh, we would spend hours playing this, and I'm like, oh man, am I the weird one? Because like I spent hours playing Mortal Kombat with my dad.
Yeah, it's
like
it's the same thing. It's like you got to really be into that specific type of game. Like I only ever play Smash if there's a group setting, because I'm not that good at Smash, but I really enjoy playing with friends in Smash. But if you were to like, I think I've only ever owned one Smash, and it was Super Smash on 3DS. And I noticed if I wasn't playing against my friend, I would never play it, because I don't care to unlock everything. I don't care to play against AI. Smash Bros is like I don't know. It's a bit like, it's broad stroke argument. To me, Smash Bros feels kind of like it's the Call of Duty team deathmatch of Nintendo multiplayer. It's really fun to kind of just pick up and put down, but I'm not gonna like play it long term. Almost. Smash Bros is a party game, yeah. I haven't played insane that I haven't played Call of Duty in forever, but like I remember when I did play Call of Duty way back when. That's kind of what it was.
And see, like even then, so like we would play party games, but it was like, what was that one, like Raging Rabbits or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a fun
one. And then
one.
like we got the big one for us was Little Big Planet.
Ooh, that's a great
one,
game.
That was a good one. Like so formative. I love Little Big Planet.
You know what has
so fun.
You know what's come out that's recently impressed me a lot, and it's and I'm probably never going to play it because it feels too much like I'm being advertised to in a game. But now I've watched Jess play it, I'm like, this is really cute, and I can really appreciate it. So like whenever Jess is loving it, she loves this game, and I know GFD also really loves this game. Astrobot, that franchise.
Oh, I have to pick up that new game. Actually,
it's adorable.
I really liked it. When we first got our PlayStations, like
the Astrobot Playroom or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I played the Playroom to like get used to the new like gaming system and everything.
Same.
And I just thought it was cute and like super nostalgic.
So
I felt like
when you brought up Little Big Planet, it kind of reminded me of Astrobot because Astrobot's very clearly become like the PS5 mascot.
Absolutely.
In the way that like Little Big Planet and like Tearaway and all these other little games. The only thing I personally couldn't get into Astrobot for was I felt like I was being advertised to the whole time when I played Playroom, and I was like, I don't dislike this game because it's a classic adventure platformer, and I really like that. And what I do like whenever Jess shows me it is you go through PlayStation themed levels and go collect the Astrobots that look like God of War, the Astrobots that look like Ratchet and Clank, the Astrobots that look like Crash Bandicoot, and all of your beloved. There's like 150 different PlayStation or like beloved iconic PlayStation titles. It's not for me in the sense of like I don't get anything out of that, but whenever Jess shows me it, I'm like, this is so cute. I love you watching you collect these little assholes. And like the whole main part of the game is to fix your ship that looks like a PlayStation 5, and you fly around, and your mini ship to go through the worlds is a PlayStation 5 controller.
And I think so cute.
I know it's very cute in that, but that's the part where I'm like, it gives me the same uncomfortable feeling as when I go on Disney Plus and I watch this mini short called like The Simpsons: The Force Awakens from its nap. And it's like Maggie Simpson doing some shit with lightsabers, and I'm like, it's got that crossover ick. It's the only thing I don't like about it. It's nowhere near as egregious as that Disney Plus one because that's corporate trash. But I think that's why it's
So
not for me.
Like Astrobot for me feels more like
So it's a
a celebration of where we've come from in like that's
Totally
how
agree.
it felt to me when I was like going through the original game, is like running through and being like, oh man, here's all like, oh, look how nostalgic this stuff is, like finding all the little bots and being like, okay, what game is this one supposed to be? It was like very much for me, it felt very nostalgic and very like very much a celebration.
That's what
And it's
Jess
probably
says.
because I've been a PlayStation kid my whole life.
Oh, same.
We
same.
got an Xbox for a little while when I was a kid because there were more Xbox games that were kind of a bit more friendly for younger kids, and that's like I have a younger sibling, and like we played like Rock Band and Guitar Hero on Xbox, but that was basically the only thing it got used for. But for most of my life, I'm a PlayStation kid.
I totally agree.
I love PlayStation so much. Like, and for me, it felt a little bit more like a celebration of here are all the super cool. Remember this game? But I think for me, it was also like I felt a lot of the passion in like, look at all the cool things that PlayStation can do with their stuff. And now, granted, this is only information from me playing the original Playroom. I haven't gotten to play the new Astro Boy.
You're 100% right.
really
You've got it.
But like I can see where you're coming from, where it's like, oh, it feels a little pitchy to me.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's not like I totally agree with
and
everything
I
you said.
think yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that you're not super wrong. I'm pretty sure like there were a couple of things that like I would go back and I played stuff and I was like, oh man, that's a reference to, oh, I can't remember what the thing was. There was like a reference to a game that made me like re-download the game and play it.
Yeah.
Because I got that nostalgic feeling. But yeah, I think it was for me it felt more celebratory, but I can feel where it can feel kind of self-referential.
I don't disagree with any of that, because like that's exactly what Jess said, right? Can you hear me? Yes, you're still there.
Wait,
I don't disagree
Sorry,
with any of that. 100% to all of that.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough room on my
Hey, you're
table to put all of my huge box of sprues, so I have to lean down every once in a while to grab new sprues.
Yeah, so I think you've nailed it. People who really like the franchise. Sorry, I'm just getting my paint converter out. I think anyone who really loves the franchise of Astro Bot, that's exactly the right thing. And you're right, this new game is that. And I think, and I also am a PlayStation kid my entire life. I had a Nintendo Game Boy, but like I said, it was the Pokemon machine for me. And sorry, let me just find this color. The only thing that was different there was that Noble Steed. Okay, have I already got that one out? Noble Steed, sweet. The only thing that was different there was, I played Ratchet and Clank, I played all of that, played Jak and Daxter, and they're all in that game. So you'd think that I would be like, oh, hell yeah. And I just think it's not for me. Jess is pretty much saying that. I think if you like that homage, the homage to all of the games that come before it, this is that game. I think you're so right. Whereas myself, I guess I don't need that because I still have all those games where I think I can look back and go like, I might play that again one day. Like I would,
Yeah.
in an era of re-releases and remasters, I actually really, really loved, when they re-brought out, like it wasn't, and it was like, when they brought out Ratchet and Clank 2016 on PS4, when they re-brought out Final Fantasy VII, when they re-brought out these games that weren't just up-res and up this, it was like they actually fully remade the game. And look, changing small story elements is fine, but if the most part of the same thing ends in the same place, that's okay. Now, Ratchet and Clank's one I did have a criticism with where it didn't do that, but the game was still super fun and had the main beats of it. They just established Dr. Nefarious as the main villain from the get-go instead of like from game 3 onwards, which is fine overall. He is the most iconic Ratchet and Clank villain, and he's very fun to thwart. I think I prefer that more than a game that's full of homage. And I would love to see. I Crash Bandicoot remastered, fully like same game, updated, and then Crash 4 came out. Amazing game. So hard. It was so brutal, like the other Crash Bandicoots, like you remember. It felt like you were playing one of the old games. But it was a totally original thing. That was great. Problem is, Toys for Bob has basically gone under since Crash Team Rumble failed so hard. So we may never get a new Crash Bandicoot, or Spyro, for that matter. Apparently there was a game that was in the works that was a Crash and Spyro crossover game in the style of Crash Bandicoot, and then a little bit of Spyro. I worry that we'll never see that anymore. My point being that I think you'll love the game, and I totally agree with what you said.
I keep forgetting that happened. It's definitely something I have to go back and take a look at.
This year has been rough for games. And we're gonna lose so many people out of the industry altogether. Like they're not just gonna go to another studio, because why trust it? Why go to, if you need to make the money you're making, you're gonna have to go. And I was talking to my friend who used to work at Summerfall on Stray Gods. It's like, she asked me at one point, would you want to work on this? And I was like, well, what's the pay? She's like, it's a full-time job and it's roughly this. And I was like, I'm doing about half the amount of hours as that. Sure, making less money overall, but I'm doing like less than half of those hours and making like not an indecent amount. So I would basically be like tripling my hours to get not a lot more return. And I would also have to work full time, so I couldn't do my content, I couldn't do my DMing. And it wasn't even a guarantee that I'd get it. In fact, I don't know if I would have got it. Zach Naom actually ended up getting it because he went on the cinematics team and did some stuff there. But yeah, the money, and I was also talking to her because she was in my paid games. They were hiring me like once or twice a week to go to their house and play, and they were great. They've just, you know, we had to stop that game unfortunately because you know, life gets in the way. But the point being was like they could have earned so much more money at EA, but it's EA, and they already resigned from EA out of solidarity. But unless you're working at EA or one of those huge companies, you're kind of stuck at the mercy of their layoffs at that point, you know? And like especially in Australia, we don't have like big companies because they're all overseas or they're subsidiaries of the larger company. So unless you're an indie making less money, you're not able to pay your staff as much. And there are exceptions to this rule. Like I'm sure the folks at Massive Monster, Cult of the Lamb devs, they're making hand over foot money because that game is a runaway success, but that's a lightning in the bottle situation, right? And that's if they're making that salary, you know, after the game's gone up and doing so well. Which I would hope so. Like, you know, they seem like a really cool company.
Oh, yeah. I feel like my Massive Monster freaking Discord is going off all the freaking time.
Yeah, Jess loves Cult of the Lamb. I really love Cult of the Lamb as well. That's another one I feel like I missed the boat on. I love watching it. I love the style of it. I may play it one day. I may just go back because it's not exactly a live service one that will die. It's a nice little single player thing.
They just got co-op. You can play with Jess.
Yeah, actually, that might not be a bad... Well, because we're kind of in a Destiny drought right now because we're really only playing once a week. That might not be a bad idea after Space Marine. I picture that. I know we've put down as a priority after Dragon Break, the Elder Scrolls campaign is finished. Jess and I have been talking for a while about doing like a little couples game stream, maybe on a Tuesday night or something, and playing. We want to play like we want to play a couple of those like specifically co-op games for people. Like It Takes Two was the biggest one on the list that we talked about.
I love that one. I feel like it's especially good when you're a couple.
We're really liking playing Space Marine as a couple at the moment because one of the Space Marines, you always have 3 Space Marines in your missions, and 2 of them are usually just AI if you solo it. But we're doing we're talking like whenever we're in the game, we're role playing it. We're like, brother, I'm running out of ammunition, brother. Help me, brother. And she'll be doing the same voice. She'll be like, brother, I'm using a stim pack. Be like, that's okay, brother. I have my own. What do you do? Oh, fuck. What's his name? Jess, are you watching right now? I can't remember the name of our ally.
Sharon.
Is it Sharon? Chiron?
You're playing
Chiron.
Oh,
Chiron. It's Chiron. Brother Chiron. He's an AI, but he's stupid. Like, the AI is only okay in the game. So he'll, like, run off. He'll run off into the mission and start dying. And we'll be like, God damn it, Chiron. Come back. We're trying to be stealthy. Yes, Chiron, you big fuck. The AI is dreadful. It's funny if you make fun of it. If you start being like, brother, what are you doing? And they're like, brother Titus, I must kill the Tyranids. You're like, brother Chiron, you will not. Oh no, Chiron. Oh, he's dead. I have to go res Chiron now, using all our fucking stim packs. Thanks, Chiron. Just treating him like a big man baby loser has been really fun to just do, because they're so like. I love 40k. I love it so much. Does anyone else agree that the Space Marines are the most boring, fucking emotionless power fantasy people on Earth?
Worst.
They're the worst, right? So putting some injection of stupid into everything they're doing, like, it is silly what they're doing, right? Everything is silly. Like, they're like, we have, sorry.
I was just going to, I hate Space Marines so much.
I hate Space Marines, but playing as one, oh my god, it's fucking awesome. Like, it's a great game. But yeah, the AI is fine. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, on Angel of Death difficulty, I think I'm gonna really struggle playing solo because Jess won't do it. She doesn't enjoy playing games on hard difficulty just because.
Yeah.
Apparently the PvP multiplayer is really good. You play as regular Marines, but the other faction is Chaos Marines, so you get to dress up as the Chaos Marines. And the operations mode has like classes, so you're like a Bulwark, you'll be like a Vanguard veteran with a Storm Shield and a what's it called, the power weapon. Or you can play as the Gravis armor, so you're like the heavy weapons guy with the heavy bolter and the melters. Or you can play a Phobos Marine, which is like your light scout armor, and he has like a combat knife. The funniest part is that the Phobos Marine has like the most unique look out of Space Marines, which is dope. Actually, I've got one over here. I find this the most interesting type of Space Marine armor, other than Terminators, because Terminators are in their own special category of awesome. They're Terminators. Get on that level. This is the one from the Leviathan box that I had. He's mostly painted. Phobos Marines look sick. They're like the stealth. Oh, come on. They're the stealth operative Space Marines. Come on, behave. Oh my god, camera. God damn it, Chiron. Stop operating the camera. I want to see on the Vox feed. There, that kind of stuff. So this is the Phobos Marine. They kind of have like this more lightweight, kind of agile looking armor. They've got this really cool like grill on their stomach. So rather than like just more armor plating, it's like, can't really see it here, but you might see the texture on it. It's really good to paint. But yeah,
A bit, yeah.
a lot more agile looking Marines. They look great. The funny part is these look like they're the more popular Marines that people are liking right now. I saw Bricky, who did a really great tweet. He's like, I feel for all the people who really like Phobos Marines that are getting into Warhammer as a result, only for them to realize how bad they are in the game. Because they kind of, the Phobos Marines, while they're agile and stealthy, they don't really fill any niche, because Space Marines, the problem with them is that they do everything they do everything. So they're the everyone faction. You can collect any Space Marine and you'll fill a role. However, it means that Phobos Marines are kind of in a weird halfway between a scout squad, which is your infiltrators, and a regular Primaris squad, which both of the others do their job better than the Phobos Marines do. Yeah. because Space Marines have like they have a gradient of troops. No one troop is so sparsely different from another unless you're choosing like really distinct points on that scale. A Terminator is so much different to a Scout, but if you go Scout, Phobos, Firstborn, Primaris, Gravis, Heavy Intercessor, Aggressor, Centurion, Terminator, it's such a small scale instead because it's such a curve, or it's almost a straight line. It's not hyperbolic. It's an even progression going all the way up. And the whole Space Marine faction is that, which is why when you see meta player Space Marines, they will always choose the same units because they will choose the one that kind of does every role a bit better, which means that they choose the most bland fucking Marines 90% of the time. That's regular Marines. If you go into different chapters, different story. They look sick. Anyway, would anyone else like to talk about Space Marine? Because I can go on.
That's okay. Last week I talked about Gundams for so long, so go off, King.
Go off, King. Actually, I want to spotlight someone from the community who we were talking with last week. Now, Leia,
Okay.
have you looked into your purchasing for a thing that we talked about at all? And you don't have to have done it yet. Because it was a fun idea.
Thought about it. I am waiting until after I get back from Arizona.
So fair.
Just because that is a very big trip. I'm going to the other side of the country, so.
Well, this is still on the table if anyone wants to help Leia get towards it. It's what, 60 US, roughly.
Wait a second. Wait, which one are we talking about now? Now I'm confused.
This model. So, Darkstar has already gone out and bought their Farsight model.
I think, like, I'm between Farsight or the other commander.
Well,
like
50 to 60 US will get either of those. They're about roughly the same price. So
but like my also like because honestly, you know me, I love a femme icon, and I feel like
you mean Shadow Sun?
That is where Shadow Sun. That's what her name is.
She's a lot smaller of a model. I actually have her somewhere. Depends on if like. I'll get her so you can see her.
I don't know what I want to do
Femme
yet.
icon, great. You can also just pretend the person in the battle suit is Femme and call her like, because they all just have names, right? Like Commander Puretide.
That's true.
What gender are they? You don't know. It's Commander Puretide. This is Commander Farsight. I say he because I know the lore.
It's funny because like I keep referring to this strike. I keep referring to the suit as a she, but I was watching my partner and I look through the anime, and it's definitely a dude that pilots this suit, but Strike is a she. She's a she.
That's fair. John, Leia and I have been playing on Tabletop Simulator a fair bit. We've done some streams in it. I would like to play more, but it's time. The easiest way for me to play right now is to call it a stream, and then we do it that way. Because outside of stream, I'm like, I gotta spend time with Jess or work, do other work. Here's Shadow Sun. Here's my pile of shame tower box.
Pile of shame.
Pile of shame. Completely built tower box with a half-done crisis suit. I mean, look at this guy. I got him in the classic ochre. He's looking pretty good. All that panel lining.
I love that.
Yum 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 yum.
Look at that panel lining.
Yum 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 yum.
What am I doing?
You know, I really liked. I found
what
some
I'm
bits, and I put like little themed banners on the back of some of the guys. Look at this guy, little Commander Fire Warrior with the custom shoulder pad.
Ooh.
He's also got the Farsight custom shoulder pad with the molding on it. Love that. Love that. Anyway.
Oh, that's how that goes together. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how this leg is supposed to go together.
Oh, you're all right. Gosh, I don't have a commander on hand easily. That's all right. Okay, so
It's all good.
by comparison, you've got Shadow Sun here.
What you're talking about.
You know, iconic. Read a novel about her. Learn about the Tau Va, the demon. She doesn't want to know about it. And then you have roughly the commander size, this is a broadside, but is not too far off the same scale.
Okay.
So she's more infantry sized, or large infantry sized, and then you've got
Okay.
regular crisis suit. Here's your 3. So this is the one you get the set of 3, and then you got commander, which is slightly bigger again. So that's your scales.
Mm.
So
Oh shoot, was I supposed to do that one?
the one that'll milk the most Gundam is the larger battle suits, but Shadow Sun is #iconic. She's probably about the same price as the battlesuit commander, which is the biggest one out of those 3 I just showed.
I will probably get whatever's the biggest bang for my buck. I'll probably go into.
You want biggest bang for your
a
buck? Get
Game
the
Workshop
Riptide.
one.
Remember the Riptide was the one that's the same size as that Gundam you're doing. Or
Bet.
roughly that size.
I'm gonna say this is gonna be a big boy when she's done.
A Riptide goes on a 90 mil base from memory. I think it's a 90. It's a 90 or 110. It's a big boy. I love all of it. I get into every facet of this, Phoenix. I really value that I did it so much as a teenager, and I have been able to get back into it as an adult. And now I'm, as far as now running a panel at PAX on like teaching the basics and getting into it. It's also one of the first panels. That's not true. My very first panel ever at PAX was like how to, us creating D&D characters and how that separates from playing online versus as a performance. Yeah, we played Warhammer at school as well.
Articulation though. Is
Oh,
fucking me.
dude.
I blame Matt for getting me into Warhammer.
Slow corruption. Oh yes, Elliot, if you would like to see yourself in 4 years, she's sitting to my my left.
This is what happens when you hang out with Matt for too long, is you become this. Although a different Matt got me into Gundam, and that is a completely different.
Matt's a corruptive influences.
Oh.
Doesn't matter who it is.
I'm like trying to think. All right, hold on.
Is it arrogant of me to say that I did both, like Por qué no los dos, because I was a rural nerd?
I will be right back.
You get bored in Cairns. You get bored in far north Queens. There's not a lot to do up there. You do your Warhammer, and then you go talk to your girlfriend or whatever's going on. You try to get your girlfriend into Warhammer. She's not into it. Then you get a girlfriend. You get a girlfriend in her late 20s into Warhammer. Now she buys a Scaventide box without you contributing at all, and now she's going to learn Age of Sigmar.
So this is how I ended up. I'm gonna hide behind here. This is how I ended up getting into Gundam. This is my
so
partner
sick.
did this one.
I love the pink highlights.
This is pink plastic. It's just pink plastic, and then like, I'll put her under here for a second. Like all of these like small details. She's got like he did all of these little decals all over her body.
Damn. Ah.
Like, so gorgeous. This is why I wanted to build a Gundam. And
looking at Gundams is one of those like hobby specs where I'm like, I've gone down a different skill tree. I don't think I could. I can't multi-class into Gundam. On the Venn diagram of hobbies and career, specs really hard into D&D.
one of my favorite things about Warhammer is the building aspect, and that's
So fun, right?
basically all Gundam is.
Just fucking hates building. I don't
It's
get
like-
why. It's because I had Lego. We like Lego. That's why.
That is true.
The-
That is true. I
the-
do love Lego.
The building aspect of Warhammer, my love for that comes from Lego and creating my own Lego models out of the kits I already have, because the confines of a Lego kit makes you have to make decisions that are limited, which is where I thrive versus if you were to give me just a box of Lego, can't do shit with it. Like if you give me a random box and go whatever pieces you want, I would crumble because I don't have a limitation part. But yeah, I really should make a image graphic for that of like what's your skill tree, like where have you spec'd? I sent an Owl Sonic. I sent Owl. Oh, you sent Aldemone a Sonic TikTok, and she told me I'm going to pass my autism test. I fucking love how much of a shitlord Owl is. Leia will get Owl on one day when she can, because I think she works full-time regularly. Owl's a fucking menace. She was on the charity run a while back, and she goes on Let's Roll for Dragons a lot. She's her alignment is chaotic gay.
Oh, I love chaotic
Gay. Like
That's
just
my alignment.
wholeheartedly chaotic gay. I think she's got a pin of herself in like a cartoon chibi format, and it's doing like the rainbow thing, and it's just, you are gay. Very funny. I like her a lot. Hope to see her at PAX. Not I hope to. I probably will see her at PAX. I will see a lot of people that I've met more this year at PAX, which will be great. Like Monsieur Montgomery Montcroix. Sorry, Monsieur Montgomery Mosh Montcroix. My mistake. Sorry, I didn't get the name fully correct. Also, every time I say it, still funny. Yeah, she's doing your gay stickers at PAX. I want one. I should also check my sticker stocks. I've got all my parody logos still that I didn't give away all of. And I should print the ones that I made this year, like the prismatic pizza shapes from Destiny.
Oh my god, I can't believe these knees.
Oh, anyway, sorry, I forgot to say. So Darkstar's bought his Farsight model. His Commander Farsight, and in artsy stuff, he pretty much just goes, Matt and Leia, this is your fault. I mean, he was already into Warhammer, but he's
no responsibility.
I hold all the responsibility and hold it proudly.
I was like, that is 100% you.
No, because I pitched the idea, and then he went, what if I do that? Because you were like, I'll do that. And then we talked for half an hour on Tau lore and where the color schemes come from.
It's very cool. I do like color scheme talk.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
this
sorry,
one...
I realized I am not aligning on screen.
That's fair. I've done pouches and more filigree. It's kind of cleaning up the model right now. Where's my Aveline? Bottom of that is silver. I know I was saying I miss the boat on Zelda. Every week I'm playing Zelda Lo-Fi. Every week. Because it's my phone. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna spruik a thing for a sec real quick. You may have seen my Instagram or my reel or my shorts. And yes, they did sponsor me to do the video post yesterday. But generally I checked it out. I would probably be doing it anyway. Now, do I still have a tab for it? No. It's in its final 48 hours. Leia and I were talking about it yesterday. Please go check this out if you're a TTRPG creator. John this is good for your stuff as well if you're around. If anyone's in TTRPG, go check it out. I don't get a kickback from this because they've already given us, they gave me a preview on it, and in terms of transparency, they gave me a preview and it looks pretty sick. And if you like TTRPG audio or stream safe audio, 100% royalty free. That's the pitch. Enjoy it. Do whatever. But
Do with that information what you will.
yeah. I basically just want to talk about it because it's cool. It's another one of those kind of Sirenscape platforms. Whereas this one has like 100 gigabytes worth of sound effects and music already in it. It's like I think it's subscription based. Yeah, subscription based, called Fantasy Plus. And it's pretty cheap from memory. But the thing is, when I was listening to the tracks, I actually was finding a lot of genuinely like useful stuff. Like, you get some of these services that are like, another one I'd compare this to would be like Epidemic Sound, but this one's more tailored for TTRPG. And Epidemic Sound has really good stuff for like a general audience. This one's really good for a lot more like specifically RPG, and it's a bit cheaper than Epidemic too. They also have a tier in the Kickstarter, which is $250 US, but it's lifetime access. Normally it's X amount of money a year, but I think they want to get a lot of people in on the ground floor of this thing, and then they're offering forever, like royalty music, as long as it's updated on our service forever. Even if you were to get it just now, 5,000, what is it? Right now, 1,500 Hollywood grade music files, 5,000 audio files, 3,000 sound effects, like enemies, magic spells, archery, NPCs, horror, sci-fi, firearms, world sounds, cinematics. So they have like ambience as well. I was checking out those. I really like that. We're not going to use it on our D&D Chapter 5. I'm probably going to, actually, I'll use the sound effects on Chapter 5, but I don't want to outshine, or like, I don't want to put a damper on the work that Lockie's already done for the series, because I think his music is fantastic, and I want to use his way more in that specific project. But in stuff like our Curse of Strahd, I'm thinking of going into like the horror playlist and the occult playlist to see what I can do with it and see if it's any good. And if it's anything like Sirenscape, I can get the others to log in on their computers, and then they can hear the music that I'm playing. They don't have to like wait for it to come up on stream. I think those things are what I like.
Cool.
Now, Kickstarter is ending like today or tomorrow. Kickstarter. You can get a little idea of it from the video I made, but watch it if you want, basically. Elliot, actually, if you watch it on mobile, I realized it did still come up vertical. If you watch it on computer, it'll come up horizontal. It just didn't go in the shorts function, which I didn't realize. So I'm just gonna keep it up, I reckon. But yeah, check it out. Not only because they sponsored it, like they gave us basically the whole audio suite that's out now. Elanel, how are you, Lockie? I think you should check this out too. YouTube is stupid. It's good. It's pretty good. I think, Lockie, you'll like it because it's got some really cool stuff in there. And I'm not going to use it in all my projects like I was saying, but for stuff that's coming around, like definitely the sound effects I'm going to use, and it looks good. It's also Annie nominated for some of their tracks. I checked out the specific playlist. It's the Fantasy 4 one, and that was pretty good. That's so fair. Then I think it's like $5 a month if it's the subscription version. Let me find it. Oh, it's $5 a month. So what's that? $60 to $70 a year. Yeah,
Oh, that's not bad.
yeah.
Especially if you cancel your D&D Beyond account.
Especially if you cancel your D&D Beyond account. I can't do that, but I implore others when Wizards is being a shit. I explicitly can't cancel mine because I will basically evaporate the entirety of my job. Because even if I'm pissed off with Beyond, people who book me aren't. They have their grip on me in a way that I can't escape, unfortunately. In saying that, I have worked out that just because they have the new player's handbook in there, you are not restricted to it, and it's not all on by default. Every time you create a character, you can still select the old classes, and they now have actually got everything categorized. So if you want to create a character or a class that is Critical Role or Eberron or this, you can separate it by those sources. Sirenscape alternative, yeah.
I tried to make a warlock for a game that I played yesterday, and it wouldn't let me choose anything other than the 2024 rule set for class. I could choose the 2014 races, but for some reason I didn't have an option to change it to the 2014 class.
John, I'll get back to you on these times. It's never. Okay. Sorry, I thought these were all October dates. I can definitely do something in there. Is that Australian time? Oh, they're daytime. I can do most of those. Sweet. I'll get back to you. I forget that you stream at the same time I do half the time. That is great. My only hard outs are today and Tuesdays usually because of this, and then I've got, I've started calling it colloquially in my head. I don't really advertise it as it's the two. I go to Jess, I'm like, it's the 2-stream Tuesday, which means I'm going to be really tired on Wednesday. Yeah, it looks like there's 12 hours to go. So if you do want to get in on it, do it. It's like, it looks good. If you're into this kind of thing, you can also just get like a couple bits in here. You can get specific packs. I think, yes, the Mythic one's the lifetime exclusive. So they're saying you get $1,500 worth. I think they gave us like $900 worth of it. And then they gave us a year of the subscription as part of it. So I don't get lifetime access. I'll probably sign up after my year's done because it's looking good. And they're saying it's like Hollywood level sound, which some of the ones I have, yeah, I can get around on that. It's very well mixed and balanced. It sounds good. And with my I got like some studio speaker monitors, like the production level ones. They sound really crisp on those. Oh, they'll also give it to you in like WAV and MP3 format, so you can have the high-end compressed versions. Yeah, I don't know, check it out. See if you like it. That's enough of my shilling. Like I said, we've already received the things from ours, so we don't get an extra kickback. It's just cool. What else is down here? I think there's also some maps as well. I think they're giving you some like fantasy maps that are hand painted because they have an artist that worked on Magic the Gathering and D&D art helping them with this. Well, commissioned for this. I think their name is George something. Where's the... I don't know, it's in here somewhere. It's on their Instagram. Oh, actually, there's lots of different artists. This one is Olha Helganiki. I butchered that name. What's this? The maps. They teamed up with Domiel's Wondrous Works. I didn't even know about this one. You get a few maps in each one. And I want some maps. I love maps. Oh, okay, they got stretch goals here. Okay, so room share. So they're doing what Sirenscape does. They're sharing with friends. They've got a Discord now, and then they've got free Alchemy VTT libraries. So Alchemy, is that... Okay. Anyone who's doing TTRPG, John, if you know. Is Alchemy the... Nexus is the non-D&D D&D Beyond. Alchemy is a VTT that pairs with Nexus, if I'm not confused, right? Which one's that one? Alchemy RPG. It's a reimagined virtual tabletop. I don't know this one super well. Oh, I've signed up for this. I have signed up for this. Okay, so this one works with that. Okay. I like that. Oh, this has all the Wait, what? Is Alchemy the same as Nexus? No. It's got Mephidius and Free League on it, so, and Cobalt Press, so it's got a lot of third-party stuff on there. Anyway, got VTT. The desktop client is what I just saw as well. I will be getting the desktop client UI integrations. So, Stream Deck support. Okay. I do want Stream Deck support.
Oh shit.
You're learning as I am. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, it's got Stream Deck integration. Well, it'll come soon whenever it's out fully, but yeah, it looks like it's got community request was integrations API. The stretch goal will allow us the space needed to begin exploring Fantasy Plus's third-party solutions. This includes VTTs, so I can picture Foundry, Roll20, maybe D&D Beyond if they can get their hands into there, as well as other tools such as Stream Deck. Third-party challenges, applications are open API, others are not. Logistics are challenging. So it looks like I might be able to put a bunch of sound effects on my Stream Deck and play them as such. That would actually be pretty cool. Anyway, check it out. Or don't. Have a good time with it. Fueled by Chaos YouTube videos about Necromunda. They're fun. I actually haven't watched any Necromunda videos. Leia, I'm going to trigger this for us. I got something for you. Mostly because also my meds make me dry as the Sahara, and I should be doing this. Hydrate or die straight.
Wait, that's my line.
I'm telling you this time.
Sorry, I did that thing again. I didn't realize that I got the
No worries,
what do you
Elliot.
call it?
Thank you.
Panel liner. I got the panel liner underneath the part on this one bit, which means that the piece broke,
Oh.
and I can't find the other half to even like
Did it do the cracking
glue
thing?
the bit back together. Yeah, it did the crack thing, only it cracked so bad that the part broke.
Oh.
So I can't even find the other half of the piece that broke. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
John, do you normally stream today? Apparently Nintendo's suing Pal World. Just saw that.
Oh no, is this gonna stick on anymore?
Okay, so I'm gonna move away from the bust side of things, and I'm gonna go to the shield. Oh, it is all silver. What else do I need to do on here? Sorry?
Alright, let's just remember that one of my legs are fucked up.
John, if you want to play some Tabletop Simulator on with us one day, you're more than welcome.
Hell yeah.
We'll have a little hangout stream. One of us can commentate while the others are playing. That's if you play Warhammer Online and would like to. And if you need to get it set up, I'm more than happy to sit down and do that on a day. Corrupt by being helpful. Corruption with kindness. I think that's a good brand to have, right?
I'm not corrupting anyone.
You say that.
I did say that. Name one person we've corrupted.
You. Jess.
I don't count.
Pete. Tom. Soon to be Elliot. Soon to be John. Oh, that's a lady. There's a lady in my shield.
There are generally ladies in shields.
No, like in the iconography of the shield, I didn't realize. I was like, what am I painting? But it's black and white, like a sister. She's got herself on her shield. I can see the dark skin on the face and everything.
I mean, that makes makes sense. I had that. Remember that Saint Catherine I had?
Yeah.
The the icon of Saint Catherine had a Saint Catherine on her shield.
It makes sense. I just didn't expect it, you know? Sorry, John. I saw a message come through, but I'm doing a concentrate. Thank you, Saribot. Man, a lot of spam coming through today. I don't know if you can see it, Leia, in the mod tools.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Get out of here, bots. We don't need you.
So weird. It's like panel liner will go into some lines, but it won't go into others. Do the magic, panel liner.
Physics is weird. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to not working tonight. That's actually... Oh wait, hold on. I don't think I have a booked game for the rest of the week now. Because my Saturday game just cancelled on me. You know...
To hang out with your girlfriend?
I do... Well, Jess is doing an act... The reason why I booked these games is Jess is doing an acting gig all Saturday. But I am going to go have some lunchy hangs with Let's Roll for Dragons. But now that time limit for that is actually much more open, because I don't have to come home and play a game at 6. And then...
Nice.
I'm doing a podcast recording with a guy I met at the Conquest Market who interviews TTRPG people. And then, yeah, I've got tomorrow. Oh, that's so rad. I've got tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday off in the evening, which means I only worked, which means I only booked once this week because I had to cancel yesterday. Well, yesterday of, and then that. But I also made a lot of money last week, so it's kind of classic that you book a lot of games the week before, and then everything the week after cancels, so it becomes not more money, it becomes the regular amount of money. Such is gig life.
Yeah, I feel that. I was like, especially since like I'm trying to figure out, I'm like in this weird spot where it's like, because I had a game that just finished up, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to like run another game yet.
You should. Don't fall off the wagon.
What do I want to run?
You'll
No,
also...
It's not...
Sorry.
I think for more for me, it's like, I don't know what I want to run.
So what I've been doing recently, because I've run a lot of these D&D modules a lot now. So this is I think Elliot's game is my 4th or 5th Curse of Strahd run. Like, I've only ever had 2 finish, but that's where I'm up to. And I've just started in the last 2 weeks 2 Curse of Strahd runs. So Elliot, I'm going to let you know every now and then where the other group's up to. They also play for they play once a month, but they play for 6 to 8 hours at a time, which is basically 2 to 3 sessions if you're thinking about it that way. And they will end up probably going neck and neck with your group. Seribot does make our job easy. They made it way better recently. In short, what was I trying to say? What I've been doing recently is thinking about campaigns I haven't run in a while, or I would like to run again. Like, it's been enough time that it's kind of fresh. And so one of those for me right now is Rime of the Frost Maiden. So if a group comes to me and goes, I want to play a campaign, we don't know what to play, I've got something in the back pocket I can suggest immediately, going, hey, I've got this one that I haven't run in a while. I wouldn't mind running. It's a modern... It's got elements of modern horror. It's got like isolation themes that you could get lost in the tundra. Is that something you'd be interested in playing in? You know, there's a lot of story and exploration type roleplay in this one, and I think it would be really fun to do. I've run it before, and this kind of thing, like the Netherese, the Netheril hidden area after the main part of the story's done. Well, actually, I tied mine into the main story and made it like a 2.0 version. Oh, John, then you'll like this because I know you did your Frost Maiden game. I actually took so you know how like in halfway through the campaign, you will face Auril and do that stuff there. They really did. The 10 Towns was really fleshed out. This is one of those books, Leia, that... Have you played this one?
I have not.
This is one of the ones where, you know, like you play some campaigns like Spelljammer, or I think Kryn also did this thing where like you have the world and the stuff like that, but the region's kind of not well fleshed out. Not as fleshed out as you'd like. I think Eberron did the same thing in that book.
Yeah.
And they expected you to go and get all the ancillary stuff. I think because they hadn't done one like this for 10 towns yet, and because 10 towns and Icewind Dale is such a concentrated kind of area of just the 10 towns, every town was like fully fleshed out, had a lot of stuff going on in it, had like special events that happen in it, like you go to East Haven and they just burn a guy at the stake because they didn't like him. Or the 10 towns kind of have this, like a bunch of the areas in 10 towns sacrifice someone ritually to appease the Frost Maiden, because to make it so that she doesn't punish them in the harsh winter that's already occurring. And the endless winter that is always happening, they believe that if they don't do this, that the endless winter will continue and or get worse. And they've got all of this like society and quirks and really cool stuff. And like there's 10 towns, but each of the towns doesn't have the same thing going on, and they will believe different stuff. And I just found it, yeah, they did a really good job of doing the various towns. And when danger happens to these towns, each of the speakers in the towns you start really caring for, because you get to know them quite well. Some of them are dicks. Others are like become your hub town. And in chapter 4 of that campaign, not one, but every single one of the towns becomes under like mortal danger. And you have this moment of like going, fuck, can I actually save all of the towns? And if not, what decisions do I have to make to either save which ones or save as most as I can and deal with the casualties afterwards, you know? And I find that region really, really good. Yeah, I was talking about Ythryn. In that campaign, I really liked it because there was this area which is like a Netherese city that fell out of the sky during Carsus's folly and embedded itself in the ice. Auril keeps this place hidden under the Ragged Glacier because she almost treats it like a trophy for her trophy cabinet. All the stuff that's in there is like frozen in time, still operational, but unable to escape the ice, and everyone inside is dead. Most are dead. Which I find really fascinating, because I then took, you know, you defeat Auril at some point and then you go to this because you find out about her little pocket trophy. Because Auril reforms and she's a god, you know, that's what they always do. I had her reform and basically barrel towards the Netherese city going like, don't you dare touch my shit. And so I got another final confrontation with Auril that was narratively satisfying, because they had cleaned her out once, but then she came back with a vengeance, and now she had a personal stake in making sure that the adventurers were wiped off the map, and also so she could reinstate her endless winter. So she came back more dangerous, and I found doing that very satisfying in that campaign. It's been long enough that I really want to do that again, in short.
I'm between, because ones that I've run a whole bunch is sorry, off in commercials.
No, you're
again. Says Phoenix.
Are there any
For
campaigns
me,
like that for
I've
you?
run Tyranny of Dragons is like my
It's your bread and butter, right?
like, go-to.
Yeah.
My bread and butter is Tyranny of Dragons. Although,
Do you worry you'd get sick of that, though?
Odyssey of the Dragon Lord, I am sick of it in that there are things that I would love to change about it to make it more interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially since I feel like they put a really big, like there's a lot of focus on the guilds, and I feel like that's not as important to regular players.
Yeah.
I feel like Odyssey of the Dragon Lords is actually beginning to become more of my like my focus game.
Yeah. Have you got more than
Like,
2? Like, do you
that's
have
the
another one that
one.
you would go to on a rotation even?
I don't really have one right now. I would really like I really want to run that other Modiphius game. Raiders of the Serpent Sea.
Oh, does look like a fun one.
That's one that I really want to run. And haven't
Have you got
really gotten the chance to do yet.
another question then? Have you got like a back pocket adventure out of like a, so like, I guess the main question I'm trying to ask is like, is there, or would you like in that sense to have like a pocket module that doesn't require a lot of homebrew, or you could make do with only homebrewing very slightly to make it time efficient for you to just be able to go, I have this one available to run. Like I do that with pretty much every D&D official campaign book now, because I've either run them or have run them in the past.
See, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords is that for me right now.
Is that one? Okay.
I can run that one off. That one I just know.
Yeah, I mean, I do that with Chult. I'm really good with that with Chult, Curse of Strahd, and Avernus now. I could probably run the first 2 sessions of that campaign without even looking at the book. Oh, dude.
Now that there's actually a kneecap on there.
Yeah? Oh my God. Holy fuck.
Gundams, man.
Gundams, man.
Gundams.
Dude, that looks so
man.
good.
These freaking knees, man. Ah.
That's great. That looks so good.
So cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I was geeking out over here.
No, I'm kind of like prodding with the questions of like, could you even just list something like that, like just a back pocket, or is there something like you could rotate around to out of 3 to 4 adventures that you would like?
I think my big one is I think because I do have an Odyssey game going right now, and it takes very little, because I know it so well, it takes so little
Prep.
effort to prepare for it, because
That's what I love in
the
mine.
game.
Yeah.
It makes me more willing to okay, once I get back from vacation, maybe I'll read I want to learn something else, because I've only been doing the DMing stuff for a year, and most of the stuff is stuff I've run for my friends. I don't have another back pocket game other than Odyssey of the Dragon Lords is the one that I've run. I've actually run more games of that now than I have Tyranny of Dragons.
Damn. I would love to play Odyssey one day. Maybe we come back to that stream that we were talking about one day, and we could play Odyssey, because I would love to see what it's like.
I feel like that would be an amazing game to do for a stream.
Because
I know that game so well, and it is because there is some specialization stuff. I could make it you gotta taper it a nice way, and there's natural hooks embedded in the game to pull people in.
If I actually wasn't getting my Vecna box within the next month, I was actually talking about pitching running Odyssey and showing the other guys, because we're actually doing a mini Theros campaign now, and I was going to run Odyssey of the Dragon Lord set in the Theros setting, because I know Magic the Gathering settings really well. And so it would have been a small amount of conversion work, but we were looking at the book going this is really fucking rad. It looks like a great campaign. But yeah,
it's so cool.
Maybe
real quick, I want to answer
Sorry, yeah.
Phoenix's question real quick. No, you're okay. Phoenix, you didn't miss anything. It is absolutely okay to go into Warhammer not knowing anything about 40K.
Yeah. Are you playing Space Marine right now?
It is definitely, it's a learning curve.
TTRPG knowledge is pretty transferable though, or if you play any board games, it's effectively a board game, but more of tabletop warfare.
Yeah, if you know stuff about board games, you'll come to this pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It does not take a lot of effort to learn the rules. I think the hardest thing for me to learn when I was learning how to play the actual tabletop game was the order of turns and the order that you're supposed to do things in. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory if you know tabletop games.
If it's the turn order and the command points and stratagems, because I used to play back in like 3rd and 4th edition. And the thing that I found hardest to pick up coming back, which is what most people will find tricky, is army rules and stratagems and detachment rules, because they are very specific to your army, and you do not have to learn every army's one. If you're doing tournaments, yeah, it's good to know that because it's speedy. But you also have to trust the other player to not cheat. Now, the other thing with it is that the whole game is 3 phases. If you were to break it down into super broad strokes, this is what I used to do back in 4th edition because the game hadn't expanded beyond this. There's a movement phase, and it's not alternating. It's not move like that. It's you take your whole turn, the enemy takes the whole turn. Now, looking at how the Horus Heresy is played, I actually have a feeling that they may change Warhammer if they do a big shift. They may do what's called alternating activations, where it's move, shoot, fight. And then every player doesn't have to wait like quite a while for their turn to come up. But in the broad stroke of Warhammer, in your turn, you will move your guys, you will shoot your guys, and then you'll try, if you wish, to get them into a fight. Now, you can do those they have to be in that order, and you don't have to do any of them, much like D&D. Actually, think of it, yeah, you've got your 3 actions, move, shoot, fight, and then you've got them on an army-wide scale. Each of those armies, like a D&D character, will have specializations and stats to then help their abilities in combat. They will each have a role, much like a class, to then have this set of abilities that you want to achieve your objectives with. Typically in Warhammer, 90% of the time in your games, you will have 5 or 6 control points, 3 on the middle of the map, and then 2 for 1 in each of your deployment zones. And then if you've got 6, there'll be a second one in the middle area, a fourth one in the middle area. You're trying to score points by putting your guys on it and doing some kind of objective based on those points. And you'll just score points for killing each other and sitting on the points as well. That's like the broad strokes. It's based on victory points. Treat your character units, they're called. Like your 10 models in a thing are your unit, like a character sheet. They will all have roughly the same stats. For example, this Krutox here. You can have him in a squad of 1 to 3, and these are kind of like your backline shooters. This is like your archer, your wizard, your backline support. When your other guys get shot in front of them, these guys can turn to the enemy who shot them and then go pew, 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 pew as a reaction. What's a good army for a beginner? Don't choose a good army. Choose an army that you like the look of.
Yeah.
I like Tau. I really like Tau. They are the closest thing to the good guys. They are still not the good guys. I would say the only person who's close to being a good guy in most of Warhammer is Farsight, and he even still has his demons, quite literally.
Where it's like, I like the Sisters of Battle because ladies with giant swords.
Nuns with guns.
But I nuns with guns.
Oh, Eldar.
I agree with Matt.
Eldar!
Ooh,
Love Eldar.
Good.
My brother really loved Eldar back in the day, and I actually have a bunch of Eldar sitting right here. Oh no! Oh fuck! Oh, my nice model.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was my Ranger. Fuck! I spent a lot of time on him.
But yeah, just pick somebody that you think
I'll have to find that
looks
later.
super cool, and that you'll have a lot of fun working on.
Here's a fire dragon I worked on at Christmas. Again, you don't have to. We don't use physical minis when we play digitally, so you don't have to drop any money.
True.
But if you really like the Eldar, I think the Eldar are fantastic because one, they just had a really large release wave. They got re-released. A bunch of 20-year-old models got redone, and they confirmed for early next year. Hint, nudge, nudge. We're getting a second big release wave. And they have hinted at some really cool stuff. So if you really like the Eldar and what they call their aspect warriors, which are these super poppy, vibrant, specialized warriors, and they each have a different color scheme, so you don't get bored painting the same thing. I love them. I love Eldar so much. If my brother didn't collect the Eldar, that would be my second army. Probably my main. They are the dying. They are the once great empire that is now dying because they fucked around too hard and found out, and accidentally created a chaos god. That is their Grimdark is their own. Here's a ranger I did. I really like this ranger. He's got like the camo painting and stuff. I was very proud of this one on when I did it. You know, he's a cool guy. Bent a little forward.
And
These
the
are
cool
also
thing
the old.
about Tabletop Simulator is you can try out a whole bunch of armies before like committing.
That's probably the largest benefit, right? You can play armies, work out what you like in terms of gameplay and or the models within that army, and then buy them because you don't have to commit, right? So I made my 2,000 point Kroot army, which is a sub-faction of Tau, and then from there I've actually adjusted that army twice, and I've adjusted which models I'm now going to buy as a result, because I was like, oh, the funny thing I wanted to do was 18 rampages bowing their heads into a tank. But I've got now a glaring hole in my support fire. And the Krutoks are really cheap to field. And they have that reactionary firing maneuver that you can do in an enemy's turn. So maybe I'll actually get 2 more Krutoks instead of 3 rampages to cover that weakness. And I've done that now.
Yeah, guess how he found that out.
I actually found it out from I found it out playing Pete, because Chaos Marines are hard to kill. Chaos Marines are really hard to kill. How long do we need for a session? I would say probably 2 streams worth, because part of the first stream, unless we set it up completely prior and start playing immediately, there is like a bit of setup that we've got to do. But what do we do, Leia? We do 3 to 4 hours to get a couple turns in.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours.
We can also play a smaller.
I think it was like 2 hours to get like one turn for each of us.
Yeah, I thought it was roughly like an hour would be 1 turn each, roughly. So in a 2 to 3 hour stream with us fucking around, it would be, you know, an hour per, or just like an hour and 10 to 20 minutes per turn. Depending, and this is also because we play like 2,000 points, which is the standard size, but that's standard size when you're used to it. What we could do is what's called Combat Patrol, which is a condensed intro-friendly format, where we get a set amount of models, the war gear's all set for us, and it's about 500 points worth of guys each, and then we fight with that. That's a lot easier to play, because that's what you did first, right?
That's what we did, yeah. Me and my partner, when we first decided we were going to actually learn the rules, is we did a couple of Combat Patrol sessions.
Yeah.
And that really helped, like, figure out what worked.
And then,
or really got the idea across.
Yeah, because once you've kind of, you know, much like D&D, once you've got the ropes of those first few foundational sessions, all you need to really do is learn your ancillary kind of rules, your you know, after you've done your Combat Patrol, you might want to go like, I want to adjust these models because I don't really like them, or I want to change detachment because every army will have anywhere from 4 to 6 different ways to play that army, and you'll get different special abilities for those detachments. It basically helps your army stick in more of a theme, but when you play Combat Patrol, that theme is chosen for you, which is a great way to start out. Now, I would say choose an army that you like. The Eldar Combat Patrol is pretty cool. It doesn't spec into Aspect Warriors at all. It's more like you get some Guardians, you get a Wraith Lord, which is their kind of like big walker unit. You get a Farseer, I think. And I think you get a bunch of bikes. Which I think the bikes are a really old model, which I don't love. Maybe they'll get new ones one day. Oh, and you get a Farseer. Great units, great units. Okay, so here it is. Ignore the cost. Like, we're going to do it on Tabletop Simulator. So this is the models you would be using in that combat patrol. So what? 6 bikes, 10 guardians with a weapon platform, a Wraith Lord, and a Farseer. That's a really solid force for a first game. You've got some heavy support, you've got some fast moving stuff, you've got a Psyker in your leader, and then you've got 10 regular ground troops. Great. Good. Solid. Not a bad thing at all to use, you know? But yeah, a 500-point game. Hey, all good, all good. No worries. We can like talk in DMs or whatever. Pop in whenever. We're always open to talk. Or even in the server. If you want to talk to both of us, we've got like a little Warhammer channel we can talk in. And I've got a full instruction guide on how to set up Tabletop Simulator in those same channels. But yeah, no worries, man. I hope this ARV goes well for you. But yeah, in terms of homework for yourself, look at the basic rules and look at what armies you like the look of. That's it. And then we'll play based on that. Have a good one. And also thank you for stopping in. It's always great to see you.
Yes.
I'll get back to you with the charity stuff too, straight after this. Most of those dates are looking good. Oh, 12 a.m. Oh, shit. I mean, I can do with them. It's just late.
Yeah.
That's your morning, actually, Leia. They would work great for you.
12 a.m. Yeah.
Like 8 or 9 a.m.
like,
for you, right?
Like early morning, yeah.
It's AEDT though, so we'd be 2 hours removed from where it is right now. Oh, hold on.
It might be
He
6 o'clock in the
literally
morning.
has 8 a.m. ET. I forgot he already listed those. What's that for you?
8 a.m.
Oh, thank you, John.
Wait,
You're right. I
what?
should not have assumed. 8 a.m. ET. Are you? You're not ET, right? Are you ET?
I'm EDT.
Oh, so that'll be because when it switches over to ET, that'll be 12 a.m. for me and then 8 a.m. for you then. Because you would go EDT to EST, right? Or ET. Is it EST or ET? Are they the same thing?
EST. Theoretically.
Okay, well, 8 a.m. for you. We could play.
Yeah.
See, late night Matt struggling to stay awake, and his stomach will be angry at him because his meds have made him not eat in a while. We'll just take snackies before that stream.
Snackies.
Little bloody late night snackery doos.
Early morning, Leia.
Saying that, if I was struggling too hard, I would just bow out. Because some nights I feel incredibly sick. Our clocks do change, so we're ADT. AEDT. I'm in Victoria, so it does change for me. However, if you're talking to like anyone in Queensland, like Emily or any of them, they don't. And Perth also doesn't. So in that part of the year, so we're already 2 hours removed from Perth. In that part of the year, it's 3 hours, and it's a nightmare because Australia gets like 5 or 6 time zones at that time of year. Nonsense. I hate it. Get rid of daylight.
Bubba.
Sucks. Useless.
Bubba. Meow. Ow. Ow.
I whine about it every year. Daylight saving sucks. I don't get why we do it. I don't get why we do it. We're not even saving the day. It's summer when we do it. We're not saving anything. There's more. There's more day, in fact. Anyway, go on. I'm not Central Time. Australian Eastern Standard Time will go to daylight time in first week of October. I think
Oh, yeah, we gotta
Adelaide is
figure that
Central
out,
Time.
actually.
Did you say
I
Leah?
just realized because I'm not going to be here. When do your clocks change?
I think it's in like 2 weeks. It's like the first week of October. Let me 100% check.
That is why I'm concerned, because if I skip next week, because I'm going to be in Arizona, am I going to come back to a different time zone?
You will. So it begins on the first Sunday of October, which is, looking at my calendar, 2 weeks from now, on the 6th.
On the 6th? Okay.
I actually think that'll be fine then.
So that'll be after the second, so the second week.
Yeah, so
All right, you said.
if you're back on the 3rd of October, that means we'll have one more before it changes.
I'm going to be back on the 28th of September.
Yeah. So we have roughly a month of it being only an hour removed from normal, and then on November 3rd, you'll go an hour removed again.
Yeah.
Okay. We can work with that.
I just have to remember, mostly it's for the, what do you call it? I have to remember to change the
Oh, the promo.
promo. I already have the promo set up. So the promo is already set up. It's just like, I have to remember when I need to be there because the winters are fucking brutal.
That's so fair.
Because by winter, I have to be on stream at 5:30
PM.
And
Yeah.
p.m. Yeah.
Well, that's better for you, right? Because you'll won't be as late when we finish. If we were to ever play like Warhammer and run
Not
over
when we
again.
Finish, but I'm always like super hungry by the time we're done.
Oh yeah, you
So
don't
I
do like a little
generally
snack
make
beforehand, or you have some dinner before?
Yeah, I try to like snack or eat something beforehand.
Oh, that's right. It's going
but-
into winter for you. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it'll go into summer for us in the hot time. In the hot time that is our bloody southern hemisphere.
Mhm.
In saying that, it's normally warming up by now. Like by PAX, it's like quite a bit warmer than this, and it just is not this year. I think we've got another La Nina, or one of the whichever one it is. It's La Nina is cold.
13. I made a huge mistake, and I'm hoping I can cover it. I accidentally cut off a nubby I wasn't supposed to.
No.
Oh, but going back to our earlier conversation, I think, I think I tend to like running
Yes,
D&D games that are not standard.
that's fair.
Because it's like, I like the stuff that Wizards of the Coast comes out with most of the time. But like, I want to give people stuff that they
Do you want like a bit more
haven't
ownership over it?
necessarily- I want like more ownership. I also feel like having played with people who are like really familiar with like Faerun lore and stuff like that, it's like it's hard to make a game feel fun when people are super familiar with like
Oh man,
the way certain things are supposed to be.
I mean, I guess that's like a new player, old player thing, but I really love when people know the lore of something. Because I can drop lore nerd hints to stuff and they'll be like, oh, I get that, and appreciate it. Versus like Elliot, who doesn't really know Forgotten Realms at all, is play. And Jess was saying this as well. She's like, I love watching Elliot play because he's good at the game, but in a way that he doesn't know D&D as tropes. So he's doing stuff that you wouldn't think he's gonna do because he doesn't have that baked in knowledge of playing these games, which is a cool thing in a different way. And I also find that in a lot of my new player games, that's also the case. And like when I'm teaching the game to people who don't necessarily have a lot of video game or board game or role-playing game experience. But in saying that, I think I like playing. I play so much that it's all walks of life that I will see. Yeah, no, I guess my pitch is like, even as a book of a module, even though you want to make it your own thing, because I love a bit of homebrew too. I do it all the time. Having almost the fallback to just go like, I know I'm playing a lot of Odyssey. I know I'm playing a lot of this one. What's something I can just kind of pick up and play without thinking about it too much? But like in a module book that doesn't need like any more than just D&D Beyond open over there. Or like the VT, you know, the digital thing of your choice. You know, if it's like Cosmia, could be one of those.
That's one of the I just like throwing stuff. I think it's because so something that I realized as I became my own, like as I started kind of doing my own thing, is if I do the same thing over and over and over again, I get very bored and I want to like jump ship eventually.
I think that's what I'm trying to like put down, because I know I'm the same. Because I'm like, I know you're really good at Odyssey, I know you're really good at Eberron, I know you like all these ones, but like, at what point is your brain just gonna go, oh, I don't want to do this one anymore, like, and just completely switch off, and not having that backup, you know, not having that backup could be like the difference between taking a big break from it and just simply switching into a new one.
That's why I'm like, I think I'm gonna take some time and run this single game. I mean, the problem is the single game is not making me
enough cash.
It's not making me. I hate doing that because like for me it's not just a paycheck. Like I do genuinely love the game that I am running.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't do it if we didn't love it, right?
I'm doing it, and I've made some special circumstances for. I've made some special concessions for certain things because of people being on hard times, and I get that.
Yeah. But you can't put yourself, you know, in terms of valuing your time as a professional.
As much as, and it's one of those things, it's like, as much as I want to jump in and just make another game and like get that ready, I think I'm going to go through and I'm going to learn another game. I think I'm going to go through and learn Raiders of the Lost, or keep wanting to call it Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
Raiders of the Serpent Sea.
I mean, yeah, that's a good one. I usually also will use my pro games and my casual games as a testing ground for stream content sometimes. Like, some of my favorite NPCs have come from just kind of an off-the-cuff comment in my casual games or sometimes paid games, and then they have made it into, Teens in Space. Sopo. The AI originally came from my Rime of the Frostmaiden game. So if people play the Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign from me with me, they'll actually meet the little Mephit that became Sopo as a guy. But yeah, I know. There is a definite thing in my head of like, I know how many games I run, and so there is a bit of a unique thing that I can do in the privilege of it, where I can just pick up a campaign and rotate through them a bit more. But I know that because you've run 100 plus games in there now or something like that, some crazy large number.
Yeah.
Because I saw you start playing Profile recently. It was like 120 or so. It was great.
Who? You?
Yourself. I've got way less because I do a lot of my stuff outside of Start Playing, because I price myself a little bit similar to what I charge going to someone's house there. And so I don't get as many inquiries that way. But I'm not like, I don't want to compromise on my price, because I know what I want to charge for these. Hey, what's my Morghast color?
like I don't do anything special. I don't feel like I just exist.
What's special? Hold on, I'm gonna berate you in a second when I come back. Don't you talk like that about my friend? Can't find it. What are you on about? Talented. You're plenty talented.
I wasn't talented. I'm just saying that, like.
I think you're worth more than you charge right now. I'm being frank. And I think Nathan, who you played with for almost a year, can attest to that. Because he only ever says how good your game was. Even though it is sadly finished now. He
does the same thing to you, so.
What?
Touche.
Exactly, but I don't hear about that as. I mean, I hear it from you.
Has anything nice to say about you?
Exactly.
So-
But you know, that's it. That's the thing. He believes you're good enough. I reckon if you charged similar to what I charge him, he would pay it. You just need the group to do it. But you know, same thing. If the group, so I just finished his 2-shot, and we finished the Omu section of Tomb of Annihilation, or a modified of. And he's looking at doing maybe like a monthly with a couple friends that were like asking him could they play more. And I reckon if you guys end up talking about it, if the timing worked out, could extend to you guys.
Yeah, he did say that, like, he said that if I did end up running the, what do you call it, if I end up running the Raiders of the Lost Sea, or
No, you said it. You
Raiders of
said
the
it. You said it.
Serpent Sea,
You did it.
the Raiders of the Serpent Sea, if I end up running that, he wants to know because he wants to play in that.
Yeah, see, and he came and played in Cosmere and stuff. Like, I really appreciate, you know. I know he hires me for games and
You talked
stuff.
him into that.
And there's a good what?
You talked him into that.
Yeah, and look at you fucking you killed it.
Yeah.
Gassing you up because you're good at it. Good at it. I know, and I'm gonna trigger this in the chat. Trigger this in the chat.
No.
Chat, I need help. I need help
Stop
with this.
it.
I need help with this, chat.
No.
So I'm hearing.
You don't need anything. I don't need anything from chat. Chat's fine.
And I think you deserve to make a living off the thing that you're really good at doing.
It's not fair if you use chat.
Well, I'm gonna, because you do it to me.
I didn't do it to you
You have
this week.
this week. There it is. Tell Leia she's good at DMing. I was saying to Nathan because he reached out, going like, "I'd love to get more around and do some stuff in the community. Like, if you need any help on your stuff, I'd love to do it." And I was like, "I have something that's coming up in November that could, yes. So, and I love any help if you want to come and do some stuff, or I can get you on a game, or you know, I'll see if there's room because I do invite creators first and then start filling seats from there." And he was like, "Yeah, no problems. I don't have to be on a game. I can also just come and, you know, help." And I'm like, "Well, I appreciate that. I'll keep it in mind." And, you know, I know he's normally commissioning me for a game, but he's also just a really nice dude who is offering to do that and or play, and it's for a charity thing. So, like, you know, the business relationship aside, I think he's a really good dude. I don't know. It's really nice to find people who value the time and effort you put into things. And they're the good ones as well. And, you know, aside from the direct monetary benefit that they are giving you, it's just nice to have the support. Like, you know, admittedly, because my Spelljammer crew has been around for 4 years, they've got my lowest rate because they've just grandfathered into it. But I'll never, you know, unless I really, really have to, like the cost of living goes up significantly, I probably only will raise their cost by like $10 between campaigns, which means they're really only getting anywhere from a $10 to $20 per session raise every like 2 years or a year and a half. Because one, I know that they're going to play weekly forever as long as nothing happens. And two, they're just, you know, they're good beans. It's just nice. It's just nice. My other new long-term group's the one that came back to me. And that's just, they play once every 2 weeks, or they try to. And that's the game that their dad saw us playing D&D and goes, hey, can I join? And we were like, we did not expect you, Gen X parent, to be interested in this at all. You are he's kind of like a traditional Greek father. And he made a gunslinger fighter called Tasuli. And he'll frequently be like, why are we role-playing against these people? What, shouldn't we just kill them? And they're like, no, we can get information out of them. And he's like, all right, talk to them a little bit. But if they piss me off, I'm going to shoot them. I'm like, I would expect nothing less from a dad to do that. Such a dad move. I'm going to business time if this doesn't go our way. And I really like him as a player too, because he's doing stuff you wouldn't think of again, right?
Yeah.
And he's new, so he's thinking about regular stuff and how he would react there. But then he's a really good new player, actually, thinking about him a bit more. He'll lean over to his son who sits next to him. And his son's like 28, 29 area, like similar to us. And he'll be like, why are they rolling like that? And he'll just go, it's because he wants to do that check and they're going to do that. And Matt's streamlined it so he knows what they're going to ask. And he's like, oh, how do you ask that? And he's like, you just ask. Then he'll start asking me and I'll be like, oh, yeah, just do this. And like I'll be activated at that point. Like he's got the language, he's got the vernacular down. In saying that, if he did ask me, I would go into the lengthy explanation, but I find it really cool and nice of him to be actively interested in trying to learn. Like, you know how you get people that have you ever had a game where like you're trying to do that or teach or something, and they're kind of like there, but they're trying, but they're not overly into it, I guess.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here right now?
Yeah. I get it a lot in like workplace games where like clearly the boss wants to do this and the other ones are like, I mean, yeah, I'll play, but I don't understand it and I might not like it.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of those. Mostly, I get those at like conventions.
Are they trying D&D out for the first time? Or are they doing like Adventurers League kind of stuff where they're a bit of a shit?
So I did. This is one that like stuck out to me. So like at conventions, you play 4-hour games.
Yes.
You're like, seat is for 4 hours. You pay for 4 hours of time, and we're encouraged to like make the module last for about 3.5 hours, enough time
to go over.
For, like do everything. And it was when I was running the that first section of the Planescape.
Oh yeah.
And this like group of players were like made a beeline for the door. That like you're supposed to like trap them in this like this
the surround. Yeah. I've done that module now.
You're gonna keep them trapped in there for 3.5 hours, and like this group is just beelining it there and just like not checking any of the doors. They're not interested in anything. No matter what I did, I couldn't make them interested in anything.
Did you take them to the casino or something afterwards, or like?
No, I just like finally at like the 2-hour mark, I was like, or like 2.5 hours or something like that, or like the 3-hour mark. I was like, oh, okay. Like I put a door in front of the staircase. I was like, you
Yeah.
guys have to find 3 keys that are hidden inside of this area to like, and it was like me trying to get them to engage with the module because they weren't engaging with the module.
Yeah.
And they get the 3 keys, and they're like they had like an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of time left, and I was like, you guys make it up the stairs and you're done now.
Oh.
You can go.
And did they go, oh, is that it?
And they were all like, okay, cool, thanks, bye, and like left. Now, granted, it's like 10 p.m. after 10 p.m. at PAX.
Maybe that, yeah, maybe they
So,
just wanted to do something quick, I guess.
I guess I just like
Maybe they're speed running
so
it without telling. Who knows? That's weird.
And then like they all left, and then the judge, the judges, the people who like run this stuff are like, "Where's your table?" And I was like, "I guess I don't know." Like I had
dipped
like
'cause-
whiplash at that point.
They just dipped.
And I told them the situation. They're like, "Well, I guess they got what they paid for." And I was like,
Oh, but
I
are these
hope.
paid games as well?
Yeah, these are paid. You have to pay for your
Oh,
spot
I didn't
in
know
these
that.
games.
Yeah, I thought these were like freebie Adventure League kind of things.
No, you have to pay for this stuff. It's because it's like
It's like
'cause,
preview,
Wizards
right?
of the Coast they employ the company that I work for.
Yeah. Oh, I know you were paid. I
So-
just wasn't sure if the game itself was paid, and then Wizards like
I
puts it under marketing or something.
I wasn't actually paid, but it's because I chose my payment as being like I got a hotel and a free like pass.
Oh, that's still paid. You know, that's still relevant. I feel like that's more. Actually, that feels like it's better pay than doing the games. Getting a hotel
I
paid
didn't
for
get
you.
money per se.
Yeah, it's like that's still supported to go out. I would, if someone was
Yeah.
like, I'll pay for your flights and accommodation to come out here, and you just need to do like a couple hours games, and then you can go to the convention for free. Fuck yeah, I'd do that.
Well,
fact-
so in order to get like the hotel, because like there were like tiers of it, and it's like you could. Oh, thanks, LNL.
Told you.
They're like tiers. Like you could DM enough to get a pass, or you can DM like it's like DM 4 games and get a pass to come to the convention.
Yeah.
Oh, I did DM with LNL, didn't I?
Yeah.
That was so good.
I was thinking of if you're keen to do some in November as well, in addition to my in-person
Oh, yeah.
stuff. If you're keen to do some online versions as well, because I do want to play with some American friends I've met this year as well. So I wanted to maybe loop them in.
Yeah. Loop me in.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Depends how much Castleton's going on at the same time, because I know Castleton's going to be active when I do those charities. So I'm going to reach out to AJ and see if she wants to come or will be in the area, but I have a feeling she's going to be in full Castleton mode come November.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be doing cool shit as well.
I think, well, I'll have to figure it out because I think PAX is coming up soon for me as well, but it's like the November, December
Yeah, so
time frame.
well, for online charity, we've got pretty much the entirety of the end of October, like mid-October, all the way to the end of November. So there's time to
Okay.
do all that. And
Okay. I will figure out. Yeah,
Like-
let me know what you want me to how many games you want me to set up, and
oh, we'll just we'll see how we go. It probably won't be like 3 games a day for the online stuff. It'll probably be like 1 here and there on some weeknights, because like I said, if we're battling with Castleton, a lot of TTRPGs will be there on the days that is. So I'll probably be like going more on the weekday side, because I know people are going to also want to watch it as well as have
some
played it.
leg. Look at these feet are even fucking modulated. Just
Hold on.
modulated feetsies. There's like toe action. I can like move the ankle.
It's like a
clean up
full
our
action figure,
tiptoes.
right? Holy crap.
It is basically, yeah. Like
nutty.
I've got there are 2 ball joints in the ankle.
Yeah.
Like,
That's impressively. That's a good kit. Are these all like this?
so this is a master grade kit, which means that they're a little bit more detailed. They're also a little bit larger.
And they, I assume,
This is
cost
a
more as well.
1/100th scale. Huh?
Cost a little bit more, I assume, as well, because they're like a lot more detailed. Yeah, that's alright. Not a bad thing. I'm just trying to get the scale of what they cost.
No, they're definitely more expensive.
Similar to Warhammer or more?
Less.
Less.
actually.
Oh, so what's that, like 60
So-
bucks or less than 60?
I paid $50.
Oh damn, under a
this
hundo. That's pretty
set.
good. Pretty good.
Oftentimes the model that I showed off earlier, that Ilfrith model that my partner did,
Yeah.
$25.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. I'm probably not going to be corrupted into it, but I can respect the cheap factor of that. Cheap in a way that's like accessible rather than bad quality. Because like, oh dude,
But like,
that reminds me a little bit of the Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann final, one of the final forms of that, because it's got like this inverted poppy color scheme. I said a lot of words there that may have made no sense to anyone.
you made no sense to me.
Yeah.
But like,
It's a great anime.
I can't wait to get this into poses. Oh, I didn't even realize I moved the hips. Oh my god. Bitch, please. She's gonna be so cool when she's done. She even comes with a base, like a full base thing that she can like fly up on. Oh my god, I still have all the backpacks to do.
Damn, Daniel. I just realized as I was painting, so I've been painting this kind of like this Purity Seal scroll because it's in Xandri Dust and I was painting more cream color on it. I was like, oh, I have a unique opportunity where I can just start layering straight on top of the base coat, and it looks like, you see like the fabric folds in there now?
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, I'm just literally just going like what areas
Yeah,
are
because you
raised,
just
and
do, like, the...
yeah, and that's like
That's so cool.
such minimal effort that I just did, and it looks really nice.
It looks so cool, dude.
I was having a good time with that. Got another little one to do here. Are you how are you feeling? 'Cause it is
I'm going to finish up. I've got some hip panels that need to go on.
sure thing.
So probably another 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. I actually haven't been minding longer streams right now. Not that I want to do them every time, but like I've definitely got the energy and attention span for it, probably due to the meds. But yeah, no, I'm vibing, and also I'm just chilling with you, so that's also nice.
Yeah, I'm still the later nights are still pretty tough for me, but it's also been raining here a lot. So I've been getting kind of like the
You got seasonal
Is it-
seasonal sads.
I got like the seasonal sads. Like
I don't think I get
I
that.
hate
Thinking
referring
about,
to them as the seasonal sads, but I
it's
just like
it's a real thing, a real thing.
Mhm.
What, seasonal effectiveness disorder? Yeah. It's not a disorder. I don't know what it. I don't know what. Is it disorder? I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing either way.
Mhm. 17. Oh, this is 17.
I don't really get hit by it. I get the I've done too much and now I'm do nothing emotional come down sad. Or I used to get it a lot worse when I was unmedicated. Now I bounce back easier. As long as I've had like a good night's sleep and a good rest. I won't get it. But
yeah,
like,
I definitely like I don't get the SADs as much because of medications that I take, which is great. I just for some reason like this week has been exceptionally emotional.
no, that's fair. Definitely know when the season changes, I get shitty because my body revolts. But that's it's not sad because of the mood changing. It's annoyed and disgruntled because my phlegm and body starts to reject itself. Fighting for survival for 2 to 3 weeks.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you.
No, you can
The
laugh.
way you're phrasing it.
It is though. It's fucking awful. So I gotta sleep on, like, sometimes I gotta sleep on like a 45-degree angle. Otherwise, the buildup of like the insides of my body,
Fluids.
yeah, the insides of the fluids in me just stay around my head, and I can't breathe properly.
No, my partner does the same thing when he gets sick.
Yeah, it's like I just sit upright so it doesn't stay in my mouth, or my nasal passage is the worst. It actually goes into my lungs where I can at least remove it easier. I got a pile of antihistamines next to my desk, and then I have a smaller pile of them next to my bed. Because even though it's not directly that time anymore, it's still that period of the year.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've done the same thing. Around summertime, I have to like hide allergy meds everywhere because Alex is allergic to ragweed, which
Oh, yeah.
is basically just the outside.
Yes, no, okay, we stopped going for walks as much around the park because
Mm-hmm.
at this time of year, if they mow the grass as I'm walking past, within a minute, am coughing and I can't, like, I feel my lungs closing type thing. And then I have to go home immediately, no matter where we are on the walk, to take antihistamines. Otherwise, that's my day done. Is this Minecraft? Minecraft on this?
I'm confused. If this goes like this, and then
Oh, also, Lockie, if you're listening, when I was playing that stream list you played earlier, that you linked me a stream or two ago, it was all good, bar like one song that I didn't think got flagged, and they muted it a part of the stream, the VOD. It was like some random song in Animal Crossing, I'm pretty sure. Or from Animal Crossing.
oh, that's fucking clever.
Have you got into or read much more of the 2024 rules or players? Do you reckon you will?
I don't know. I was actually talking about this to my players yesterday. Is like they were asking if I was planning on switching over to the 2024 rules, and I hate to be this person.
You go it, do it.
Like I got rubbed like super the wrong way when I felt like I was being forced to change.
I agree. I agree.
I don't like it. I want to feel like when I'm ready to switch over or I'm ready to make the change, I want to feel like I made that decision myself.
Yeah.
I don't need somebody else to tell me when that switch is going to be good for me. I want to make that decision on my own. I very much do not feel that way right now, so I am stubbornly like, nope, no thanks.
No, that's fair. I get that.
Hard
I definitely felt the same way with when it was that whole debacle was coming out when they weren't going to let us access the old content. Because I think, yeah, the one, I paid for that material. I need to be able to access it legally. In Australia, we paid for a product. We are entitled to keep that product, even if it is superseded. And two, yeah, the agency is taken away. It's like, sure, the Vecna campaign I am going to run, and when I run Nathan's thing, I'm going to encourage everyone to use the new format of the characters and the classes, because I also want to see them played, and I'm going to use the new version of the rules, because I want to see it happen, but that's my choice. I'm not going to restrict anyone. If someone wants to play a Drake Warden or a subclass that doesn't exist in the new core rules, and multiple people have asked me this, they're like, can we actually do this with the new classes? I was like, yeah, the drop down and everything is still there. It's just not updated yet. And whenever the new content comes out, they'll give us a new version of that thing. But right now, you can choose any of the old subclasses with this current subclass, and it is technically backwards compatible. Might not be fully balanced, but it still works, right? I'm encouraging my players to choose the new stuff and choose the new stuff only, but only because I want to see how it works in a vacuum rather than mixed with the old stuff. Whereas with Elliot's Curse of Strahd game that we're playing on stream, Saz is playing the new Path of the World Tree Barbarian, which I fucking love as a concept, and I really like the gameplay. At level 6, Barbarian gets to teleport along the roots of the World Tree. Great, that's awesome.
That's cool.
If you like it, and it's I know it's called Path of the World Tree, but I keep calling it the Yggdrasil Barbarian because that's what it is.
It's basically what it sounds like.
It's about
Like you're using the Bifrost.
it's a utility barbarian. It when you rage, and every turn you rage, you can give temporary hit points to someone,
Ooh.
and you can teleport like you can stop people teleporting with the roots of the tree, or you can teleport with them with allies. And I find that
That's
amazing.
cool.
It's such a cool class, and it's brand new, and gives the barbarian now a fourth way to play. Berserker being damage. Wildheart, which used to be Totem, is now a rebalanced tank. World Tree is utility support, and then Zealot is like your magical one. And I like that stuff, because like those parts are cool. But yeah, I totally vibe what you're saying. We need to be given the choice. And when the choice is taken away, that's a feels bad. Big feels bad, especially because they tried to do it without telling anyone. Well, they did tell everyone,
They were super underhanded about it. Like
yeah, you're right. It's the underhanded.
They were just gonna do it.
Yeah, they were like,
And
this is how it's
so, of
changing,
course-
and too bad.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, no thanks.
No, that's fair. And I don't
So-
blame anyone for not wanting to as a result. And, you know, I will still be using it because I have to, and my game's requested of me. But
Yeah. And like it's gone as far as like I'm contemplating like how much more money do I really want to put into my D&D Beyond account?
you don't have to put any more.
Because I do.
Yeah.
I do use it a lot for my campaigns. I don't know.
The double-edged sword of us loving this digital tool is, while it is so accessible, it makes it really hard to play a lot of RPGs that don't have a digital creator now, which is almost like a mandatory thing. So like I'm really glad in that sense that Nexus exists, but and I guess in saying that, the hardest ones to character create do have support, like Pathfinder, Vampire, and those systems, Alien RPG, that are less simple than just kind of making a guy and then you can play. But yeah, we've really double-edged sworded ourselves into needing those materials rather than they're a nice alternative to creating it the traditional way. For new players, I would say, like, if you are picking up Player Handbook 2024, the detailed instructions of the new version are a lot easier to understand. And I think Pathfinder does it really well too. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It's hard. I can't get her all on screen.
That's so sick.
This isn't even the whole thing. This is what she's supposed to look like in entirety. I still have all of this stuff in the back to put together.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's so cool, man.
Oh. Anyways, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I think the accessibility is good, but that's not it's not stopping anyone as long as the books are like well laid out. Creating a character the old way, it's just I know that that's a barrier to entry for so many people because from experience, people will be like, "Oh, I picked up the player's handbook and I didn't know if I needed it, and it's really, really stressing me out with all this stuff." And I'm like, "Here is a step-by-step guide of a digital character tool. I know it's going to be easier this way, but it's because I want you to play the game sooner rather than later. You don't have to sit down for 3 hours to learn it and then learn what all these concepts mean if you want to just play a game." And if someone really, really don't want to make a character as well, I'd just be like, pretend you're an archer, and I would do what the Deborah Ann Wall thing is and just play. Give him a scenario for 5 minutes. But yeah. Unfortunately, the digital age means digital licenses, which gets us into rough spots. And the CEO, as far as I'm concerned, can suck a big one because I don't want to use AI in this game.
Yep.
You know, tables and generators are cool, like ones that people have made and written, like a wild magic table or an extended thing on DM's Guild. But I don't want to type a prompt into dndgenerator.com to get my adventure because I want to buy your published modules. I want people to actually work on it. And that's the part I would seriously consider like supporting D&D less as a result. Because I still have all my modules. Books last forever. There is, and I'm not advertising using this, a PDF compiler on D&D Beyond. So if they ever take it away from us, there is a version you can get where it'll just, and I'm not saying do this, compile all of your owned content that you've bought through the service onto a version you can keep on your local. But I'm not saying do that.
But this is also why, like, I feel like, because this is a tool that I need to use for my job. Like, I run digital D&D games for people who live, I mean, most of my players right now live in Germany.
Oh, rad.
So, I know, right?
That's rad, yeah.
I've got 2 players who are in Germany, 1 player in Scandinavia, and then somebody else who lives in the States like me. So I need something where I'm going to be able to like access stuff that I fucking use. Like
Yeah.
I need access to my freaking stuff. And now granted, I could just use the physical. I own every physical book.
Oh yeah, where was my chair at?
D&D Beyond has come out, or that Wizards of the Coast has come out with right now.
See down here? Like all of that black and red is right there. That whole cube shelf.
I mean, granted, mine, I have a lot of non-official books down up here.
These are my third-party TTRPGs, and then on the other cube that I just showed you, all of my D&D RPG.
She's so cute.
That's awesome, dude.
She's so pink.
Fucking sweet. I don't really know what I have to show off. I've been doing such subtle stuff.
She's not even done yet. I'm so excited.
Not even done yet.
Got a jetpack and yeah, she's not even done yet.
Not even done yet.
Got a jetpack to finish.
This is, oh my god, I missed a whole belt. Sorry. You continue. I've realized I need to, I want to get this belt finished. I realized this sash wasn't armor. It was like a complete thing I should have painted brown.
I'm also putting, like, I'm actually just like putting my gear away right.
No, you're good. Do what you need. I'm contemplating. I only got like 2 things I need to get done today, and I'm like, I'm supposed to take a day off yesterday and failed. Do I want to paint this afternoon? I'm kind of just
like, look at this cool caddy. This is like this. Here's all my Gundam stuff. All my Gundam caddy.
Hold on. A Gundam caddy? Oh, sick.
My Gundam caddy. I close it up, and then it's got a little Gundam on it. I can't show it to you. There
I
we
can
go.
see it. I can see it.
Gundam.
That's great. I
Yeah,
love how much
this
you're
is my
getting into
partner.
this.
It's so much fun. It's again, like I was saying, like one of my favorite things about Warhammer is the building.
Yeah, I love
aspect, and that's just all Gundam. It's just all the building.
Over the weekend, Jess and I had a like literally planned in the calendar nothing day. So we're not allowed to make plans. We're not, you know, we haven't also planned to go out. It's truly we're just gonna spend time with each other at home. You know, maybe watch a movie, maybe have some bad food, or just chillin' day. Because both of us been so busy, just like. Just recently, like we went to, since we've come back from Brisbane, it's been like a full-on time. One of us is working, or one of us is doing something, or we've made plans. Like the other thing we keep doing is, yeah, it's great to see friends and make plans, but like make sure we're also spending time with each other. And now that we've got meds as well, we feel like we can do all of this stuff and have the energy to. So it's got like the downside effect is now that we're organizing all this stuff because we can and have. We're like, okay, now we're recognizing what's the balance here. Let's book in some nothing days on purpose. There's a public holiday coming up, I think, next week, so that we've got 2 nothing days booked in.
Ooh.
Yeah, next week, Friday and Sunday. And I also mean like I don't have a work in the evening either, because I've got a lot of days where we'll be able to spend the day together, but then there's always something on the back end. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Gotta plan those nothings. Alright, I promise I'm nearly
I
done.
can see. All right. Just from like seeing what you got done, like the details in the stuff that I can see is so freaking cool.
Yeah, what can you see?
It's
Because I can't tell today.
I can see the differential in like all of the cool filigree. It looks like I don't know when you did the sword, but the sword looks freaking cool.
I did that last
You can
time.
see like the colors in the corset and stuff like it's. I remember when it looked all white, and it doesn't look all white.
Yeah. I think it's because I've been separating it a lot more now and cleaning it up. Yeah, no, I can
It
see.
looks so good, dude.
Most of the colors are blocked
can't
in
wait to
now,
do mine.
except gold.
Mine's over here now.
You want to see? Okay, I hung out with my brother. Oh, fun little story. I hung out with my brother all Saturday, because he was working in the snow season over winter, just a couple hours from here. And then he finished. It finished early or something like that, and he had about 5 days in Melbourne. He was staying with his mates. That a couple of them also worked up there, like just in the bar. And he's trying to get his foot in the door to then, which he has actually. He has successfully applied for and gotten a job in Japan for the next snow season in December. So now
Very
he's kind of getting
cool.
what like, granted he's still got some stuff at home, like his dog, but like mum will be home from England pretty soon, so they're just going to swap places. He's going to go to Japan for a few months, and then mum's going to come home from England and then look after Lucy as well. But yeah, he got in there, and I got to spend a whole day with him in Melbourne. And what I wanted to do, because a Warhammer store anniversary was in my closest one, they typically sell an exclusive mini. And I posted about it being like, oh man, this is cool. But it was a Tau exclusive mini this year. And it is gorgeous. I bought 2 of them. And it is this model, the Invocation of the Elements. You can see that.
Oh, ooh, that
Gorgeous.
looks freaking cool.
Gorgeous model. So I have 2.
For sure.
Here's an unopened one, and oh wow, the scale is exact. So I've primed her in brown. Oh, this is also a nice lady, because you don't get a lot of lady Tau. So I very much appreciate that. Now, I've primed this one in brown because I don't want to do the one on the box art, but I want to do like box art level on her. You know, put some ferns and grass and stuff down. I've based her. But I'm actually thinking of doing the Tau Ochre, that yellow color scheme. And I posted
so
in...
cool and pop.
Yeah. And I posted in the Discord being like, what do I do with her? Because... Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't post her in the Discord. I'll post the thing in the Discord.
Yeah,
I have a
look
bunch
at
of images on Twitter and Instagram that I posted as like the same color scheme examples, but I couldn't choose which one because they're different varying levels. I'll bring it up real quick. And so I'm like trying to go between what I want to do in this same color scheme. Oh my god, why do I post so much? Okay, here we go. I got the model. This is like the most classic Tau Ethereal, but it's less ochre and more like nice browns, flowing robes, which I really like, and I think it would look really good on this model.
I think so, yeah.
But it doesn't accentuate the Tau ochre that I know and love. Whereas this one does a little bit more. But it's because this guy has armor, which this lady doesn't really have. Or this one, which has kind of got like the other color that can be on this, which is like a really dark red. Like a, not maroon, but like...
Kind of like that like reddy brown.
The red brown, like a dark crimson kind of thing with a touch of brown in it. And then you've got his tassels being the ochre color. I really like that. And then black robes.
What if you kept the brown undercoat and then like glazed up to an ochre highlight? Because
brown
they're kind of in
undercoat.
the same family.
Yeah, like
So like kind of
so
like
like
the brown
on the back of the
one
cloak.
that the original.
So back of the cloak
Like-
down here, going from like a probably not Rhinox, but I know what you mean. Maybe like a Mournfang all the way up.
Yeah, like go back over to the example with the brown robes.
So that looks like it's base coated in maybe Rhinox hide, going up to Mournfang, and then going all the way up to those crisp points on the bottom of the cloak, probably like Ushabti bone level, like almost what the base coat of that cream is.
I would say like do those like nice crisp points in the cloak that like ochre, like so then you can still have that like
Nice
kind of
crisp
classic
point.
like brown color scheme, but then have kind of the callback to that ochre.
So the ochre, when you say crisp points on the robe, which part? Oh, I
I'd
don't
say,
need to hold this up.
Like the swish.
Oh, the flowing robe, like the tassel on the front, or you
Yeah.
mean like the cloak on the back? Or do you mean like red underneath there, and then the tassel is the ochre?
I don't know anymore.
That's what I'm having trouble
Hold on,
with, right?
wait. Well, it's also because I'm looking at it on stream.
Go on my
Let me just
Instagram because
go
there's more
here.
options, if anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'll go on the Insta as well.
Briefcase.
Bloody. Come on, Meta. Okay, so over here, ethereal. One we haven't seen yet is like just black and ochre, which I don't hate the look of. But I also am like, it's kind of missing those nice flowing browns because this one looks a bit construction worker.
So I think you stick with the browns. So like
Another
she's
option
got
is
the
like,
skirt kind of.
sorry.
Ooh, what if you kept with the browns in like the skirt, and then did like kind of like how that one guy has the black and ochre? What if you did like brown on the outside and the ochre on the inside?
Brown on the outside, ochre on the inside. So for
the guy, you know how the guy in the black and the black and ochre.
black and red or
What if you
black
just
and
switched
ochre?
the
Yeah.
black out for brown.
Oh yeah. That wouldn't be
Feel
too
like
much
that'd give
brown
you a
on
lot
brown
more
on brown, you reckon?
I mean, I think it would look cool.
Well, okay. So for reference,
If you have a nice deep enough brown, I think the ochre could look really good with like brown ochre and then that nice bright like tannish color.
yeah. So for reference, here is the box art on the back. So these, like, part of it has like tassels on the bottom. So they've got the red, the bright red is like all of this going up to the shirt. And then they've got the dark red on this. This, like, very clearly, this is like tucked fabric under the belt that matches this here. And they've got this bright cream going all the way up to their shoulders, which I really like. But I was thinking if we did that, it'd be the ochre there. And then the armor here would also be ochre near their head.
Okay. I don't hate that. And that look cool. I would skip the black
Yeah.
is my recommendation.
Yeah. Okay. So where do you reckon red then in the cape, the cloak underneath?
I wouldn't put red in.
Not at all. Okay. So more still this line here. This
I keep it with like
cream.
more
Oh, sorry. I haven't got the
earthy
Instagram
tone.
up. Oh no, you can see it on the overlay. I worked out.
I think it should be. I think you keep it like a nice dark brown, so you'll get your good contrast in there. And then
Brown down
like
there.
I think you do your nice deep brown, that like beautiful bright ochre, and then a pop of that the like pristine cream.
And the cream would be probably the
I would probably
be
keep
these
the tassels, maybe the cream.
these tassels, or do you
sorry,
mean
go
like the belt tassel, the belt padding, the belt cloth as the cream? Almost like a wrap. Because on that ethereal there in my example, that's got the same cream as the wrap and the cloth wrap.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so like that's all cream. This undershirt is all dark brown, like that ochre one. Ochre tassels all the way up to the armor and head where it's ochre. And then, because that's brown and brown and brown and brown. What do you reckon the cloak then? The undercloak.
Well, if you do the main tabard dress, the brown, I would do like kind of what the like those priests, like the dark brown on the outside, but like the ochre on the underside.
Dark brown. So ochre underneath here. So that'd be a lot of ochre. So it'd be ochre tassel here and then ochre undercloak.
Oh no, sorry, I meant the tassels and the hip pads should be the off-white.
Yeah, that'd be the cream color.
Like ivory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so what's this? So I'm talking about like specifically under the cape here. Because like we've got all this on the body, but yeah, the under cloak. Sorry, you can.
So hold on. So let me back up. What I would do is the underdress, the underbit.
I have an idea.
Do that do.
Okay, so because it's got plastic on the top, it doesn't matter. So we're thinking like more. Oh, it's only kind of working. So we got this color here, this brown here, and then we've got the cream color like up here. That's all cream.
Yeah, I do like because it looks like the headpiece she's got on, and the like tassels. Yeah.
Cream there.
All cream. That cream.
The belt's all cream. And then, do I have an ochre somewhere? Yeah. It's like, this is working. All right, so ochre. So I'm picturing. Now, let me know if this is wrong. So right now, based on what I'm hearing, is ochre all the way up this thing, and on the crown and up here ochre. And this
No, I think that should still be cream.
That's still cream.
I would say keep that cream.
Okay, so that's still cream. So I'll get rid of that.
Keep
the
that
cream
cream, and then the cape. Make the cape the big ochre thing that is like.
Okay, so that's still all cream. But I would still keep the crown part as ochre, because that's technically armor. So that actually is the most appropriate part to be armor. And then there's the tassels themselves are cream.
Yeah.
So more like that. And then, the shirt being, you know,
The
all
shirt
this
would
is
still be the
this is
brown.
still brown, and this is all brown. I don't dislike it. I think I need to sit with it. Maybe I need to Photoshop it and see if it looks at anything that I like.
I think that's not a bad idea.
Oh, Uncle Nix, thank you for the
I
raid.
just been painted. Alright then, let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Hello. Thank you so much for the raid, Punkle Nix. How you doing? What were you guys doing over there?
Oh yeah.
What you doing? What you doing?
Oh god. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Ooh, excuse me.
Late for you. Oh goddamn. Sorry.
It is.
Buddy, my commands are just not happening with my fingers.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out and bringing us all your raiders.
Yeah, thank you for the raid. I'm literally painting over a box right now because it's got plastic on it and I can just remove it. But we're deciding on a color scheme for this beautiful model that I've got. Because I've got a couple, and depending on what I want to do with the second one could be stream related. But here is the first one in all its beautiful glory. And we're trying to decide on the color scheme for it based on this like really nice ochre. And you reckon the ochre on the cape, do you? Under here,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
Mhm.
Interesting. And you reckon like really sharp contrast? So like in the shade of the cloak, doing like
Mhm.
super dark, like a Rhinox hide brown? With the right brown?
I probably, if you use the Rhinox hide, probably for the skirt. I don't know.
Skirt,
I
yeah.
don't know anymore.
Well, I'm just thinking like,
Colors are.
what's a dark yellow brown look like? And do I have that? Might be more like this Morghast Templestone piece. Because it's really saturated. I don't know where to go from there.
Mhm.
I don't want to mix black in it. And then the cloak. The ochre cloak's interesting. And then the back of the cloak, maybe like we could do black on the back of the cloak. Like this up here.
I would say that's up to you. I don't like the black with the brown, but that is just my opinion.
I don't mind the black with the brown. I think having an ochre cloak on both sides is a bit much.
Mhm.
It might start looking
disagree.
gaudy.
That's also why I'm like, I don't like the black, but I also don't have a good.
I don't have another color.
I do have another suggestion for you.
The other suggestion I would have is dark. Like I'm thinking dark color on the back here. Maybe just Rhinox hide, subtly upped.
I was gonna say, like, bring it up, like bring whatever like
Just-
color she's wearing.
Like
underneath.
just a tad, yeah. The other thing would be cream cloak, like fully cream cloak.
Ooh, that might be kind of cool.
So like the Ushab cloak, like all of that is just super bright poppy cream.
That could
Oh,
be
actually, no,
cool,
that's
yeah.
what the cloak of this ethereal is. That would actually suit. In the example down in the reference. So that's all.
Yeah.
That would be cream.
Yeah.
That actually would suit. You're right. I'll actually see what I want to do with that armor crest, because it actually could work out that you don't want that to be ochre, and that could be the black color. But I'll see what I want to do, because there's a lot of ochre and bright colors on this now. And then of course, like the weapon armor, it all has to be, that's ochre because that's like their style. So all of this staff will be ochre, and then the blade will still be black.
Mhm.
So that'll all still be as is. And there's my
I'm so
nightmare
sorry, I
of
am bleeding.
Sorry?
Lane needs to go to bed.
Oh, that's all right. We can get out of
11:30.
here. Thank you for the raid,
gotta go
Raiders.
to bed.
You have come in towards the end of our stream, though.
Thanks so much for coming out.
We will bring
the
you
few minutes
forward,
that you
though.
put on.
Let's go over to see what Perception Studio's doing. The good beans with the puppets.
Oh, they're so fun.
They're playing some Wild Beyond the Witchlight by the look of it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, they've only got two
I'm
players
in
playing
one
right
of
now.
those.
Sorry?
I'm playing in one of those games, and it's very good.
Nice. There's also Dorktales playing some Vampire Masquerade. I don't mind who we raid out. Who would you prefer, Leia?
Let's do the puppets.
Puppets?
They were
They don't
fun
actually
last
have
time.
puppets on today. Oh, by the look of it. Oh, yeah, they don't. Looks like
Whichever.
the two digital
my vote
players
is
today.
Witchlight. I'm not a big fan of Masquerade. I'll be honest.
Oh, really? I've never played it. Let's go check out the Perception Studio, folks.
Thank
I need
you
to go.
everybody who stuck around and watched our stream today.
Thank you
I
so
won't
much.
be here next week. Maybe Matt will still stream.
I definitely will still stream. Yeah. Thursday is my Thursday. That never changes. Whether I... The other thing I might do is I could still read... I know I need to do the final stream of reading the player's handbook because I want to read that and also upload that to YouTube. So I think I want to do that and just have that like basically there for people. Like the last stream we did was basically entirely reading the new rules, which was great. But we also only read one of the subclasses of Barbarian. Coincidentally, was the World Tree one and slapped, but other than that. But yeah. It's been a good time. Let's trigger that.
Right on.
Follow us on our stuff.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll
Thank
see
you
you
for-
next time.
Thank you for hanging out. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. Hey, check out our socials in our Discord or on Twitter, Instagram. All the PAX panels we're doing in a couple of weeks at PAX are up and live, and you can see what they are if you want to plan that out. Also, tune in next Tuesday. We'll be back with Curse of Strahd, What We Do in Barovia, and also Elder Scrolls Dragon Break, both airing on the same day, but different times of the day. Please come and hang out. Episode 3 and Episode 4 for each one will be live, and they are very fun campaigns. I'm having so much fun with both the casts. They're wonderful. I really enjoy playing it. Curse of Strahd the other day when I played it, I was like, no, I want to keep playing. I'm just playing D&D, and it's fun. And that is when I'm just picking the book up and going. I'm barely doing anything else other than knowing the characters. But yeah, see you around. Have a good one.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I don't know why we're over here. We're even over here.